Welcome to the most horse-powerful podcast on the internet, the Xbox Drive. Before we get this show on the road, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and ring that bell on YouTube, and leave a 5-star rating or review on your podcatcher of choice. If you want to continue the conversation after the show, make sure you join the Carpool Gaming Discord. For exclusive content and all the Carpool shows in one simple feed, head over to patreon.com/carpoolgaming. Finally, head over to carpoolgaming.com for all of your merch needs. Now, with all that out of the way, you better buckle up, Buttercup, because it's time for the Xbox Drive.
Greater than X.
Hey everyone, it's me, Sean Capri. I'm glad you're here because you're listening to the most horse-powerful podcast on the dang internet. It's the Xbox Drive. I'm on a Skype call with my good friend Mitch and Bowser. Hello there, Mitch. How you doing there, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
Wonderful. That's good to hear, man.
Yeah.
You look great.
I was waiting for the cutoff. I was waiting for that.
That's good to hear. Thanks for telling me all that stuff there, Mitch Bowser. How the heck are you? Good to see you.
I am Buttercup, and I am buckled up. Let's go.
Oh, snap. You are Buttercup. Okay. Well, listen, this is the Xbox Drive, not the Nintendo Drive. We're going to try to keep it at least PG-13 rated. We're not going to get into this.
Whoa.
I mean, we'll see, Mitch.
Time out. Nintendo Drive was great yesterday. One of your better episodes ever. So maybe we should all lean that direction. I'm just saying, most of the people watching this show, they pay taxes. They're fine. You know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about,
that's an
bro?
assumption, right?
Tell me, what are we Ninja in the early days of Fortnite where he's got 7-year-olds watching him? Nay, we have adults. Look at all those adults in the chat.
We might have adults listening to this podcast while their children are in the car.
We had JB listening. Were we not thinking about JB?
We gotta protect JB.
Gotta protect JB. The Nintendo Drive, listen, I don't know how many people listen to this and don't listen to the Nintendo Drive, but you owe it to yourselves. They were on one last night. It was
one of the better episodes.
I mean, I guess the only thing really had to do with Nintendo was that they were characters from Nintendo, and if you just, what is it? The Rule 34? Is that what it is? Rule 34? Everything can be sexualized.
Oh yeah,
sure. Yeah, I forget what number it is.
It was one for the books. Instant classic, I've said.
I also want to point out, I tried to bring that energy to this show, and I was told no. So just throwing that out there.
Gizmodo in the chat says, I'm only here today because I watched the Nintendo Drive last
Big facts.
night.
Big facts. I get it.
Yeah. So we'll see. Well, here we are, episode 388, just like Eric Lindros, episode 388 of the Xbox Drive. As we speak, my Edmonton Oilers are going live. They're playing the Dallas Stars. Now, this is video game relevant, Mitch. Don't you shake your head. Just because my team kicked your team out of the last round, the Vegas Knights, they're not doing it, man. They didn't do it.
I just want to point out, could care less about hockey. I'm happy for you, though, that your team's
Thank
there.
you.
All I'm saying this is because Sean will be checked the hell out. So that's all I'm saying.
Damn.
Sean's going to be focused. Do me a favor.
I've got it off to the side. Listen, this isn't my first rodeo.
No.
We've done it before.
You want engagement? Everybody in the comments. Comment down below in this YouTube video how many times Sean looks to his right. Thank you very much.
This is it's over here, just so we're clear, like who's right
Yes,
we're talking
his
about.
right. Stage right. Is that stage
right.
Is that stage right?
I have no idea.
I don't know. I wasn't a theater kid.
It's like
anytime Sean looks that way,
Exactly.
put it in the chat. Number one, put it in the chat. Number two, put a comment in the YouTube video of the total number of times. Thank you.
This is absolutely crazy. So video game related, the NHL playoffs are happening. You might think, like, why are you even talking about that? Listen, there's 4 teams left, and if the Edmonton Oilers win the Stanley Cup, I choose what game I'm playing to review. If the Dallas Stars win, well, we're gonna do a tournament bracket, and we'll do it. We'll still have some fun with that one. But if the Dallas Stars win, that's represented by they're Seth Sturgill, and so he wants me to play Star of Providence for the Dallas Stars. That really works out well. Mitch, what game did you have for me? Did you have Blueprints waiting for the Golden Knights if they would won?
Yeah.
Interesting. It doesn't look like the Carolina Hurricanes have any shot at all, so I'm not going to talk about them. But if the Florida Panthers win, then Rybo.
Yeah, Rybo's cleaning up.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a real shot at this.
Has Rybo picked a game yet?
I don't think so. So go influence Rybo if you guys want to be part of this. If you don't care about hockey at all, but you want to see what game I will play and review, that's the whole thing. We'll actually have a video on the YouTube channel here. We'll do like a, my typical kind of review process. So shout out. But I'm getting way ahead of myself. We're already 5 minutes in, and I forgot to start this show like we do each and every week with our geek outs. Bowza, tell me, what the hell are you geeking out about this week, friend?
It happened.
Oh, snap.
It finally
yes.
happened.
Oh, I should have done you last. Damn. This
You
is
really should have
PCs
actually.
here.
yeah.
Oh my
Hey, it
god.
only took 2 months and 9 emails. Isn't that awesome?
Oh wow.
They built it literally from scratch. Like they had to go mine
apparently,
the
like
silicone.
they were soldering
They mined
all
the core
things.
materials. Yes.
Jesus, I don't know why it took so long. I have a couple complaints, but it is here. It is functional. I got green LEDs everywhere.
Hell yeah.
We're doing the dang thing.
You're welcome.
I played video games on it.
You're
Of
welcome.
course, Solitaire was first because why would anything else be on this computer first?
I'm proud of you.
The rest you'll hear about later.
All those Game Pass
okay.
games. Solitaire first, right?
Can you tell us about it? Like, do you know the specs? Like, what kind of PC you got over there?
Yeah, I got a Gigabyte RTX 5070 Ti.
5070 Ti, nice. Yeah.
Yep. And then I got the, Ryzen 7 9800 X3D.
That's what
That's
I have.
correct.
Very nice.
That's correct.
Oh,
Very
nice. Look at
nice,
us.
Very nice.
I'm trying to remember your specs. It's been 2 months, but yeah.
I got them right here in front of me, so I
We
should
have
be
something
able to
very
look this
similar.
up.
Actually, your GPU might
Am
be
I
a
going to
touch
guess
better than
32
mine.
gigs of DDR5? Is that what we got? Pretty sure you went with
Um,
32.
Where
I would imagine
this
so.
list is like not in a great order, so
It is
you're
a
just gonna
beast.
have to-
Gizmodo in the chat, like, yeah. Shout out
Yeah.
to all the PC gamers out there who, like, we're all starting to learn this language together. I feel like when we were talking about PC games like this time last year, there was not everybody, and still, like, it's a journey for a lot of folks. What graphics card, like, what does that mean when you say, like, a Ryzen 9800 X3D? That's the one. Okay,
That's
just
the
to
chef's
translate,
kiss.
That's
That's
the
the
one.
one right now for gaming.
That's this right here. That's mwah.
That's the
Yeah.
one you want.
yeah, 32
100%.
gigs DDR5.
Yep.
Nice. Nice. We have very similar setups.
You two
I
do,
imagine.
yes.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm sad about, graphics card of mine's better. Processor's not as good. That's the only thing that bums me out about my machine. But my machine's like a year and a half old.
Yeah,
something
dude, you
like
got
that.
4090 in there. There's
I do have a 4090.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think you'll be fine.
That's pretty
yeah
nice.
just a little bit. Unless my
yes.
processor eats itself away, which it was one of those model Intels that did. But go on,
Yeah.
we're fine.
And it looks good. Like it's not even like the tower isn't enormous either. I don't think. Like it all fits kind of
It's
nice.
slightly
in there.
taller than the one I had before, so like
Yeah. Oh, is it really?
Mine.
yeah, just a little bit. The one complaint, I had to look on the internet to find this out. They plugged the fans in, like their RGB control,
Yeah.
into the case. And there's a
Oh.
button on the case that you can press to like cycle through the light options.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to tear it apart and put that on the motherboard so that
Yeah.
I could match it, sync it with, like, the RAM has lights, the cooler has
So-
lights, and my capture card.
There's no RGB program or anything that syncs it all up.
Maybe, but this is like, I mean, it's direct into the case, so I think you got to move the connection to the motherboard to get
I
it to
think
work
so
right.
too. Yeah.
Which no
Yeah.
big deal. So I have to take it back apart, take the the cover off anyways, because they didn't pass along apparently MSI motherboards have like a special clip for your M2 SSDs,
Mm-hmm.
and like they didn't send the extra ones in, so
Cool.
I had to like order more screws and stuff to like.
How did they
hold
not?
that
You didn't
in.
get like a bag with parts?
I had some, like there's some extra parts like for the PCIe slots, the covers and stuff. Once you pop those off, like I don't know, whatever. It's costing me like $5, but I have to wait for the
Sure.
Amazon shipment. So
Right.
whatever.
But for
And
the
I
most
bought
part,
like a whole package, like a whole little kit of PC screws and such.
oh yeah.
So now I'll just have
I
stuff.
like that.
And I'll have a place to put the
Mitch
extra
and I-
pieces.
Mitch and I
Yeah.
both, just for audio listeners, as soon as you said that, and it's such an innocuous thing, we're both just like, oh yeah.
Oh,
I need
yeah.
That's good.
You mean a collection of random screws that go in your garage that you
Oh,
use
yeah.
once every decade? Yeah,
That was such a dad
100%.
move
I'm
for
so
both
with
of
it.
us. Yeah.
Green
my
Jeans is
God.
going to be so proud when that shows up. I'm
I
telling you.
literally have gone in my. I was like, I
man.
swear to God, I have a screw that fits this, and I'll go in
Yep,
my
yep.
garage into the pull-out drawers where I have 40 random buckets of screws, and I'll find it.
Yep.
I'll find it.
Yep.
Nice.
So, but yeah, everything's
But
fine.
plug it in and it worked. Like it's kind of it's a nice
and I was like trying to
waiting.
do like a phased approach, right? Because I knew I needed to move my capture card and my SSD over.
Oh yeah.
But I was like, no, I want to just power up what's there and only have like my monitors, mouse, and keyboard. None of the Elgato stuff. Let's just make sure the thing works before I get carried away. And then I slowly just installed things and added things on, and here we are.
Fun. Oh, I love that for you. That's so great.
So
Damn.
Unfortunately, it's a long weekend, so I can kind of get OBS back and running.
Yeah.
Is your old computer out of commission?
No.
Or does it? It's still fully functional and everything?
Yeah, Green Jeans is
Streaming
going to
PC.
get that one.
Okay. Have you formatted it or anything yet, or no?
I don't plan to.
Okay. I have a plugin for OBS that'll make what you're doing the easiest thing in the world. So,
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still
I can
got
help
to
you with
pull
that.
some stuff off there, so it's kind of a transition in progress.
Nice.
I discovered a plugin that makes moving assets, literally everything. Assets,
Yeah.
plugins,
Oh.
scenes,
OBS needs that built in.
everything.
'Cause you know what
and
I
it
did?
just makes it one
I
file.
went through all of my scene collections and exported one by one, and all of my profiles and exported one by one. And Mitch is going to say I wasted all that time. So
No, it's not wasting your time. It's just, you're right. OBS doesn't have it built in natively to just hit one button,
which
back
is
up
bizarre.
everything.
Why don't they?
Yeah. Funny enough,
That's a common
Elgato
thing.
made the plugin, and it's
Alright.
actually fun. But you can export everything in one file. Makes it real easy.
Good to
That
know.
should have been there 10
Yeah.
years
From the
ago.
start. Yeah.
Like, holy cow.
Well, yeah, especially they
Yeah.
have like exporting options,
Exactly.
just not do it all.
There is a way to do it all in file, but you have to start knowing where folders are and where things
Yeah.
are. And it doesn't move assets over. Like, yeah, it's kind of a pain in the ass. But
I have to say, you guys, I have no complaints on the level of geekiness for this geek out. This is
Yeah,
no,
I did
this
all
is
right.
proper.
again, we're talking about bags
Okay.
of extra screws and stuff and
Yep.
formatting and whatever the hell else. Mitch, what are you? I have a geek out very tangentially connected to Bowser, but maybe we'll take a pause on the PC dorkdom. Mitch, what are you geeking out about there? Maybe you do.
I
have a
literally have
PC.
2 seconds about my geek out. My boss said, leave at 12 and don't come back. And I
Hell
said,
yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. Do you talk to
Literally-
each other like that? Like just,
No, yeah, for real. No, I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah. So we were in a meeting and he was asking for things. I'm like, Brian, do me a favor. Do not look at this report, please, ever. Thank you very much. Like, I talk to my boss like I talk to you guys. I don't care.
Yeah.
But no, I have been busting my ass all week, and he knows this. And I was by myself at work because 2 other people decided to leave, which one person shouldn't have. I won't get into that. But then he was like, hey, don't come back after lunch. If I
Nice.
see you coming back after lunch, I'm going to yell at you. So don't come back. And I said, you don't have to tell me twice, sir. I'm out of here. So
Yeah.
yeah. And then I went grocery shopping for soda because that's what adults do when they leave work early.
right.
Sean, what do you got to geek out
That's
about?
right. You do that. You do that. Listen, I made that mistake one time. My boss said, "Look, if you want to go early, you can go early." And it was very early. It was like my first year in a real adult job. And I did the whole like, no, I think I can, I'd stick around and do whatever. I was like, no, you never
they give
do
it the
that.
out.
Learn from me. Take the out. Always.
Yeah.
It's never worth it. I didn't earn any extra brownie points. It wasn't worth it. Like just don't, everybody.
To be clear, he still wanted me to work till 12. Like, to be
12 is-
clear, he was
Yeah.
like, hey, you still got some stuff to do, but the 12, go ahead, leave.
12's
I'm like,
pretty
okay,
good.
sounds
12's pretty
12's good, yeah.
Yep.
That sounds pretty good, Mitch. I have a shout out and a geek out. I have a shout out for the Seth Sturgill and Drew Agnew of the House of Mario. This is an Xbox podcast, but I want to shout out those guys. Seth was a guest on the House of Mario podcast. They did like a bonus episode and they just talked about the Switch 2. And I adore Drew. I think everybody should go listen to him and support him, especially with the new console coming out. He's great. I enjoyed that whole episode and that is awesome. So shout out to them. My geek out that is kind of related to Bowser. It's a little dusty though, Bowser. I was on Marketplace, and you guys may have heard me talking about this over the last couple of weeks, maybe even the last year or so. This idea of building a PC from 1998 so that I can play Half-Life and Unreal and Need for Speed Most Wanted or NHL 97 or 98. I bet you didn't know that this is what a Pentium 2 looks like. It looks like a card, Mitch. This is a Pentium 2. Look at that. You
That's a
can even see-
processor?
This is a CPU. I didn't know that this is what this looked like. We just saw the commercials back in the 90s.
Yeah.
Intel
You
Inside.
didn't take them apart so much then.
Yeah, well,
I
I'm probably gonna
guess.
have to look at the dust though. It's got a little fan
Oh, yeah.
here for audio listeners.
Get some compressed air, you're fine.
I've got it. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do this. So this is I actually don't know too much more about it other than it is a Pentium 2. I don't know what clock speed it is or anything like that. But I've got a CPU. That's great. But we're not going to stop there, everybody. What else we got in here? We got a video card. We got a graphics card, 128-bit graphics card.
Oh, yeah,
ATI Rage 128, also very dusty. I got to clean this sucker out. So this will, look at that. No DVI HDMI display port. That's a VGA port right there. So that's going to go into the back. But man, I can't just have visuals. I got to have sound effects. So I got a Sound Blaster 128-bit Sound Blaster with all the dust on the back here, all the plugins, and a gamepad input in the back here. It kind of looks, no USB.
Proprietary, weird. Yeah.
Yep, you had to shut the computer down and then plug it in and then start it up
right.
again. None of this plug and play business that came along. None of that convenience. Back in the day, we ran to school 5 miles uphill in the snow both ways. That's all great. And to cap it all off, you suckers, I got a motherboard. It's all here.
Look at that thing.
I got a motherboard. We got 3 sticks of RAM, Mitch. I know you're really excited about this.
Yeah.
I don't think I've even checked this yet. Hang on. There's 3 sticks of RAM. These are 64 megabytes.
Nice.
360. So what is that? It's 128. What? 196.
Yes.
192. 192 megabytes.
Yeah.
192 megabytes of RAM. Okay, so like you can count a few dozen MP3 songs or a few photos.
What's the max RAM limit on Windows 98?
That's a good question. Let's see what type of. Does it say what type of RAM it is?
Just a heads up, Windows 98 maximum supported RAM is generally considered to be 512 megabytes. That's the max RAM.
I got a long way to go.
Plenty of room.
I can replace these.
You can definitely go on Amazon and pay a stupid amount of money for niche RAM because it's going to be extra for no reason.
So I got all this for $30 and I'm stoked about it. Dude had it on Amazon box and I met him at a grocery store and he handed it over. And I don't know if it gets any geekier than this. I need a power supply and a case. But I mean, like the case is kind of optional too. I could technically build this on the side of the box here. You know, just plug it all in. So it's happening. I would like a different graphics card. This is not the ideal graphics card. This is not my Diamond Monster Voodoo 2 3DFX chip, but it'll do.
Just go on YouTube and find, or go on eBay and find that. Just like literally try to make your old machine.
No, but look it up though. If you look up eBay, Diamond Monster Voodoo 2, 12 megabytes of video RAM on that sucker. It's like $600. Like it's the one. It's the juice. It's crazy. It's an antique at this point.
That's so weird with technology. It should literally be the polar opposite. 100%. It should be $2.
They don't make these. You cannot buy the parts to fix these. Like, it doesn't
I agree.
exist.
I agree.
It is an antique.
Funny enough, Sean, you're talking about your Windows 98 machine. I was watching a video on the internet featuring Linus from Linus Tech Tips, who basically was showing off a PC case that was at a convention that was actually an old like retro game case.
Yeah. They're coming back. There's a couple companies that are doing. Yes, I saw that one. Yes. Yep. Ribo shared that with me actually.
Yeah, that is nuts. That like, look how giant that case is. And again, the best part is it's so unassuming. Like if you were a robber and you just walked into somebody's house and saw that, you're like,
seeing the floppy disk drives, you'd be like,
exactly. You see the floppy disk drives. This one does have that button in the front for the turbo fan.
Yes,
where you can hit the button and it cranks fans to 100%. I'm like, all right, dude, that's
because you used to have a turbo button for the processor, by the way.
Yep.
My first computer that was a 386 running Windows 3.1, not even 3.11. And it went from 12 megahertz to 25 megahertz, you guys. Not gigahertz, not even a 5. Like this is basic. Not 486, not Pentium, which I guess would have been 586 for the Penta. But that's enough geeking out for me. I can't even handle it myself. That's about as dorky as it gets. I also recognize before people yell at me, we're going to get into housekeeping. I need storage. I need a storage. I need a hard drive of some sort. So we'll figure that out later. But
does it have SATA ports at all?
No, it's like IDE. I think.
Yeah, it's
like
IDE.
Yeah.
That had a separate power cord, so make sure you get a power supply that's got the 4-pin power supplies for those two.
I can't wait. It's so good. It makes me so. I don't know where I'm going to put it. I have no idea. And my wife mentioned to me, she's like, you're selling all the other stuff that we've got, consoles. I sold a 360 this week and selling all this stuff. And here I am in 2025 building a computer that lets me play games from 1998. She's like, there's going to be a point where you're going to want to play a 360 game or whatever stuff that we've sold off. So maybe, but
although this news that we have coming up talking about it could make that a whole lot easier down the road. Just saying.
That's true. That's what I told her. I'm like, check purexbox.com.
Duh. My
Okay.
Windows 98 machine will be flawless forever.
Oh man, I'm gonna like boot it up, and it's like the hard drives are so slow. Like if there's got to be, I'm hoping that there's some sort of way. I think there's like converters out there that you can use like the 2.5 SSDs, like maybe not NVMe SSDs, but like
No, you're talking about SATA, IDE to SATA.
I think
data
so.
cables? Yeah, they got them.
We'll see.
They have them.
We'll see what we can do. Stay tuned. This is just the start of the journey, but man, got all these old. They literally say from 1998 on them. So shout out to the 128-bit beast that I'm putting together. 1998. All the dorks are playing PS1 and N64. 128 bits over here, man.
That's gonna be my favorite part is when Sean puts this all together. He loads Windows 98. He goes through all this, and then he plays Half-Life, and it runs like shit.
Yeah,
He's just gonna be like, "I have a machine here that can run this in the best goddamn graphic settings ever," and he's just gonna be so like, "Okay."
I know. I'll have to feign interest, but it'll be fun. It'll be a fun project to work on because that's what you do when you turn 40. You need a project to work on. So there you go.
I guess, dog.
Yeah. Oh man. Oilers have one shot. It's 18 minutes and 25 seconds into the game. This is left in the first period for perfect time to let Fee back on in here with that quivery voice of hers.
We cannot have an Xbox Drive without Fee.
That's
Definitely
true.
not.
Unless I'm not here, then you guys figure it out. And she's not here, and I'm not here. It's
her turn to rest.
We just don't do a show. Nope.
Fee, we miss you. Please come back so we can stop saying that comment. Thank you.
Yes. Jesus.
Go, Bowser, go.
The Mini
And
Indie
go.
Van has its public launch, and to celebrate that, we are running an indie game giveaway. Now, if you're listening to this on the free feeds, you missed it. I'm sorry. Too bad. So sad. You should watch us live on Friday nights. But if you're here live right now and you have not already done so, please go rate or review the Mini Indie Van 5 stars on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, and then send us a screenshot. You can put it in Discord in the Mini Indie Van channel, or you can go on Blue Sky. There's a post for it there. Put your screenshot, because tonight, at the end of the night, Fully is cutting it off and pulling some winners. We're giving away some pretty neat Steam games like A Space for the Unbound, Thank Goodness You're Here, and Little Kitty Big City. So please, do that. But even if you miss the contest, you can still do the 5-star rating and review. It really helps out the show, find people early on, so do it anyways. That's what I say.
I already did it. So be like me.
Be like Sean. I'm going
Buy
to wait till
a bunch
tomorrow
of
to do
98
it.
PC parts. And
Don't
also
skip
don't
that
be like
part.
Sean.
Go rate
skip
the
that
indie
part.
van.
Skip
Go
that
do
part.
the indie
Skip-
van.
yeah,
Yep,
we're
yep.
talking about something else.
Thanks to everyone who supports us over at patreon.com/carpoolgaming. Thanks to Toxics for joining exclusive tier, and Spencer and Marcus O'Neill for free memberships.
Hey.
Hey. Fulia's episode of Pants is live, and Fee is up next, so please be excited. And if you haven't listened to it yet, there is a fantastic episode of We the Gamer Cast where Sean talks to Rybo, and it is amazing. Oh, I was about in tears just listening to it. All of the things, the intro, like everything.
Yeah.
Man, it's
a good
good.
callback. Yeah.
And it's got
was
Rybo on
nice.
it, so like, how could it be bad?
That's what I thought you were
right?
talking about, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rybo's great.
Yep. And I don't even know if I should recommend the post show this week. Like, go listen to the main show of Nintendo Drive. Like, that's where it's at. They like somehow crossed in their brains the post show and the main show. They were like very subdued and calm on the post show. So
Yeah, they talk
Go-
about
they-
like data.
They got all
entry
their energy
jobs.
out on the main.
Yeah.
They like it was out there. It was like
yeah, they were talking about
Yeah.
makeup and jobs and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
perfect.
Whatever.
Bitch.
Next up, you can go to carpoolgaming.com for merch. Currently have Bobby's Bulb Spring Collection, and that's probably going to go away here pretty soon. So
We got
get
something.
your orders in now. We still have CPG Days 2025, Weather Drive merch, and Mini Indie Van merch. So please go buy merch. If we are live on Twitch. You can gift merch to Twitch chat. So if you want to do that, make sure you go over to carpoolgaming.com and give away some merch. I think that's it for now.
Housekeeping.
Bye,
you,
Fee. Thank you for stopping by, and now go back and
Leave.
peacefully rest. Or
Come back. I miss you.
Mitch is
Please
all by
relax.
himself in that house of his. You could have done the intro tonight, actually.
Yeah,
could
you
have
should
done
have.
that, people. That would have been fun.
Yeah, until my family walks in that door from the Lilo and Stitch movie, and all 4 of my dogs.
Oh,
lose
that's
it.
fun.
So,
They're going to have a good time, and you're here with
Yeah.
us. That's cool.
yeah.
Nice.
I don't know which one's better.
All right.
All right, we'll try our best.
Thank you.
That's all the
I'm just kidding. I
housekeeping.
didn't care to see it. I was fine. I was like, go ahead. Go.
We've
Have
house
That's
kept.
it.
We've
We are house
we've
kept.
geeked out. Everything is done. That is the end of the show, except for the fact that we got to talk about what you're playing. Where do we want to start? Do we want to? I don't even have the notes ahead of me here. Like, who do we want to start with? Mitch played Doom. We all played Doom. Fee's not here. Bowser, you
That's
go ahead and
it.
start.
Yeah,
You know,
I've
we'll-
only
we'll-
played Doom, so we'll
we'll
just
come
talk
back to
about that
Doom.
at the end. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll come back to Doom. Bowser, you go ahead and
All
start.
right.
What else have you been playing over there?
Game Pass has been popping off, but I played Firefighting Simulator
Oh,
Squad.
give it to me.
And-
yes.
Okay, so this must have had a demo at some point because I totally played the beginning of this game somewhere.
Oh, that's
And it just
weird.
now released on
Deja vu.
console. So, like, there had to have been a demo at some point.
You played it a year and a half ago, and it blanked out of your memory
I
completely.
did. Like, I thought it was just a different game. Like, I knew I had played a firefighting game like this before. I thought, oh, maybe this is a new entry or something. No, it's the same
Yeah.
thing I played before, which is fine because it's fun. But the AI players in this game are like dumb as box of rocks.
Oh no! Oh, a box of rocks.
They're
So-
pretty bad.
So
Like,
it's
I
Ubisoft
point-
AI, right?
Oh,
like,
stop.
I point to the fire and I tell the green guy to go put out the fire, and he's like, I can't get there, boss. What do I do? I'm like, go spray water on the fire. This is not hard.
don't work. Where do I go?
Well, it's the
Oh,
green guy.
man.
He's new.
I guess, man. The pink guy wasn't doing any better. I gave him an axe and told him to break a
Oh,
window,
man.
and then he stood there just holding his axe right in the middle of the fire. I'm just gonna stand here and get burned up. Like, all right, dude, come on.
It's like Sims characters. You need to tell them where to go. Like,
Exactly.
like,
They
hey,
just sit there
you
and
move
starve.
here now. Thank you.
I had to do everything. I was saving victims and breaking windows and putting out the
what a
fires and
hero.
shutting off the power and like, goodness gracious.
Okay, but aside from the AI being brutal, because obviously it's meant to, you're meant to squat up. Like, how's the
Yeah.
game? Like, should I download this? Are we?
You should download it because I think we should
Yeah?
play it together.
That
Yeah,
sounds fun. Yeah.
because I hope you're not as dumb as a box of rocks.
I mean, that's
You can like at least spray water on the fire.
I don't know about that.
Without
you
much
set the bar
guidance.
so low, and if I don't meet it, like that'll be embarrassing for everyone.
Does she have to tell you to move on a fire, Sean? I think you're better. You're good.
Oh no!
Your character's going
burning.
I'm on fire. What do I do?
Health
Run?
meters dropping. Goodness
Exactly.
gracious.
Stop, drop, and roll, maybe? Is that a button? God.
This rules. This game is on Game Pass.
It's
being
on Game
featured on an
Pass.
Xbox podcast. Like hell yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
I love it. So like, walk me through. Okay, when you really sold me on Crime Scene Cleaner, like I was surprised by the story. Like, do we have like, are we a new dad or something? And he's
No, I don't think
nothing
there's-
like that.
I don't think so. I think you can like save up and maybe buy a new fire truck or something.
Oh, that's
'Cause
cool.
you could drive to the scene as well. Lights
Okay.
and sirens and run into people and stuff.
Like you're just at
Good
the at
times.
the fire hall, like working out or eating food or whatever they're
Yeah.
doing, sleeping, and then all of a sudden a call comes in and got to go
Yep,
find your
you're off.
jacket and get dressed and
Yeah, we don't
Get
do any
going.
of that part. We just show
Oh,
up
really?
dressed. We're ready.
okay, yeah, you're always ready.
It's not really a true simulator then,
I was
is
gonna
it?
say just
Walk around full
with an oxygen tank.
turnout gear with SCBA mask
You getting
on,
some
ready to
cuddles in
go.
bed with that on? Is that what you're doing? You getting
Yep.
some good nappy pappy
Yep.
with a full fireman outfit
I
on?
love-
All right.
To keep all the carcinogens as close to my body at all
100%.
times.
No. Oh,
Super
God.
good to breathe those in your deepest of sleeps, right? Rad.
Yep.
I would just love to see like a whole table of firefighters sitting around the dinner table eating food, but they've all got their masks on. They're all just like the computer, just eating food, just throwing it up to their masks.
They're covered in soot from the last fire.
Yeah.
They're just
Yeah,
eating
nothing
burgers
changes.
like nothing's wrong.
the name-
Wash
it never-
your hands, dude.
It never gets you to change. It never
Yep.
gets you to change. Not much of a simulator. So you've got
Oh
one
my
costume
God.
and you're in full gear. I love it.
Yep.
That's great.
That's how it is.
Yep.
So
Damn, what a
it does
world
have
we
like
live in.
a training program you go through, and it tells you how to like pick up an axe and here smash the door, and here's a hose, and here's how you hook it up to the fire truck. here's how you put a ladder up and climb it. So
I can't
There's
wait.
no way Sean is that excited about it training, and then it clicked in my head why he's like so happy right now.
Dancing over here. The Oilers score on the power play. 1-0. They're back at it, everybody. Oh, man. This is an age-old rivalry. Who was that? Ryan Nugent-Hopkins got it in there. What a nice goal by that young man.
Oh my God. I was like, man, he's like super stoked about a
I'm
fireman
pumped
training.
about
And I was like,
this
oh
game.
yeah.
I was very confused. So
I'm sorry.
Holy crap. All right.
Yeah,
all
well,
right,
it's playoff
that's
season.
enough firefighter talk.
Did you do Police Simulator? Isn't there a
I
police
did not
game as
yet.
well? Okay.
I can
okay.
one simulator at a time, please.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I get it. Trust me,
yeah,
I get it.
All right.
Did any
next-
of your IRL firefighting skills play into this game at all?
Interestingly enough, no, because I tried to like be smart about how I was fighting the fire, and it didn't really help.
It was like, this is a video game, damn it. Like, be a
I'm
video
not-
game.
I'm not sure if you know this, but heat rises.
Last time I checked.
Like,
yeah.
start at the base of the fire and then work your way up to put it out. That usually works better because you start at the top, then it just can relight
So in this game, you can
Uh-huh.
just spray anywhere, and it's equally
It didn't
effective.
seem to make much difference if I started at the bottom. So
So the realism of this is not like Escape from Tarkov levels. It's just a video game, basically.
no,
Okay.
this is just a video game.
She
Gives you
wants,
a
like-
little taste of firefighting.
I would love to have that video game that's like, remember America's Army? This is a throwback back to PS2 where that was like a game that was touted as, we use this video game to train military people, like actual military
Yep.
people. And I was just like imagining a firefighter simulator where it's like, no, stupid. You start at the bottom and then you work your way up, and it like tells you those things. Almost like you get bonus points for doing it right. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
But they do teach you about backdrafts and stuff. So like they got some of
good movie.
the good stuff. in
Okay.
there,
Yeah.
Yep.
The
They
90s
teach you about
movie,
the movie
Sean.
Backdraft. Was it Kurt
100%.
Russell? Who's in that movie?
hmm
Yeah.
Very good
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, sad actually.
So why is all the firefighter movies sad?
I mean, it's
That's
pretty
terrible.
heroic stuff, man.
Yeah,
You know?
that's awful.
Yeah, shout
Anyways,
out to the firefighters out there.
on to
Just
nicer,
thought about it. It's
happier
like,
things.
damn, all of them are sad.
They all
Why?
suck. I cry at the end of all of them. Why?
Like,
I
what
guess it
other
all
ones?
makes sense.
Wait,
What a
other-
different tone this show is compared to the Nintendo Drive.
was
They're,
just
they're having
thinking
so
that.
much
I was
fun, and we're talking
just
about
thinking
sad firefighter stuff. What the
Mm-hmm.
hell?
And PC gaming.
Well,
In 98 PC gaming. Yep, exactly.
Ladder 49 is another one. That one's sad.
Oh. Shout
Yeah.
out. Okay.
Shout out sad movies on the Xbox
Shout
Drive.
outs. It had
Okay, what
Joaquin
else?
Phoenix and John Travolta. What more do you want out of a movie?
A movie with John Travolta and Nicolas Cage again, please. Face Off 2.
okay.
Let's
I
go.
was thinking that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
Face
were,
Off
'cause the-
again.
Because the 90s were awesome, and John Travolta mattered then. All right.
Yep, John Woo.
All right. Next up, I decided to treat yourself. And I
There
bought
you go.
myself a new video game.
Okay.
No, yeah, I don't often have to buy my video games, but here
Right.
we are. I did
Yeah.
it. And that video game is awesome. It is
Good.
called Fantasy
Awesome.
Life I, the Girl Who Steals Time. And
Yeah.
I'm
All
about to
right.
lose my entire life by creating new
Really?
lives in this game.
Yeah, it sounds better.
This is like
Let's all do that.
a beautiful combination of Animal Crossing, Zelda, and Final Fantasy XIV.
Someone just had a heart attack right now. I just want to point that
Yeah.
out. Someone out there in the world just heard all that 3-game combo.
Yep,
And they,
and
were
they
just
should
like,
go buy it, right?
Sure.
That's what you do. So very cute, cozy little game. You show up, you got to pick your life. They call you all kinds of bad words because you don't have a life. So you could
Aw.
pick.
So
like-
bullying right off the rip. All right,
No
cool.
doubt.
Yep, perfect. That's how it works, right? You can pick a combat life, crafting, or gathering. And you go do the stuff and earn money, and now you're finding new worlds. And I don't want to get into what the story is, but you're gathering up party members. We're going down into dungeons and fighting off enemies and fighting a bad guy to get our friend back, and just out there like living the life, doing the little sim thing, right? Little farming sim, going around gathering supplies and making stuff. Oh man.
Where's the
It's
Final
it-
Fantasy 14 part? Like, is it
Because
multiplayer?
you can do all the lives,
Oh,
you can do everything on your character. So you could be whatever you want to be and everything you want to be.
Just like the Army. Be all you can be.
Be all you can be.
In the Army.
Yeah, that's right. I don't know how current that is. I don't think at all.
I only know that from a Pauly Shore movie called In the Army Now. 90s
Yes,
kids.
I
That's
remember
what's
that
up.
movie.
You're welcome.
Yes,
Great movie. Just
yes.
saying.
Shout out Pauly Shore, son-in-law. Yes, sir.
Did this turn into a movie podcast out of nowhere? Because we mentioned movies a whole lot on this show tonight.
I'm pretty sure I
with
drop
it.
at least 3 movie references every episode, whether they're called out or not. Like, they're there.
We're calling it out this week.
Yeah, 100%.
Also, yeah, exactly. Go ahead. Sorry.
Fun fact, my brother was on a pamphlet to sell people on the Army.
Oh, that's cool.
Like he was actually a person on the pamphlet.
Yep.
Nice.
But was he in the Army?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, he did his
They
20
just
years
hire
and retired.
rando actors.
Random.
They got extras from the movie In the Army Now to do the brochures.
Yeah, why not?
Yep.
Yeah.
What do you do in the Army? Can I ask that question? Like, is that confidential, Secret Service kind of?
No.
I don't know.
He
I
started
don't know
off,
your country. I don't know your traditions.
Everybody who gets in the Army signs an NDA and they can't talk about nothing.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
5 people that do that stuff, Sean.
He's in like Black Ops or something. I don't know. But they put him on the brochure.
Yeah, exactly. They put them on the brochure. I don't think so, buddy. I think they
For
try to keep
Spec
them
Ops.
confidential. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god.
They just have a Call of Duty screenshot on there, just like, here's what the Army's like. Exactly like this.
Soap and price.
I cannot with you guys right
We
now.
need to do
So
that.
what did
We
he
need to
do?
make
I'm
this
sorry,
up. Yeah,
Bowser.
oh yeah,
Go
what
ahead.
did he do?
He started out in tanks, and then he went to warrant officer school and learned to fly helicopters, and he finished up as a helicopter pilot instructor.
That's pretty
is
awesome.
So cool.
Yep.
Damn.
That is
What a
pretty
hero.
awesome.
That rules.
Yeah. So
Cool stuff.
I'm not going to be a helicopter pilot in my Fantasy Life I game. I don't think that's an option. I'm right now
What?
currently a magician and a miner, because why would I not be?
Well, maybe you'll grow up and
What a
be
combo.
19 or
Excuse me?
You're a minor.
Oh,
Oh, minor. Got it.
Good night,
Okay,
everybody.
Mitch did not like that one.
Eon.
He's gone. I think he just got hungry.
All right,
He's blaming
so
it on me.
The other thing I played is a thing we all played. We'll probably talk about it. So, Sean, did you play anything other than that thing?
Okay, so I played again. I need to look it up on the sheet here. Look away from the hockey game. A game called Super Engine GT Turbo Spec. It was a ID at Xbox game that came in. I love racing games. I love driving cars. This is a very, very simple top-down. You drive a car that you could change the car to a different colored car, but that's basically it. There's music that sort of plays quietly in the background that you can't really turn up. There's a bunch of different tracks that are mainly just different colors for the most part. Controls, it's a little arcade game. I'm probably being too down on it. The game's like it's like a $5 game. I'm sure USD. The reason that I'm talking in this tone about it is because I got a good sense of what the game was after 1 or 2 races, and there's plenty of races after that. Like, there's good value here. But then I just kept playing it for the achievements, and I got 1,000 gamer score on it.
did.
And it took me, I don't even know if it took me 90 minutes to get it. So I guess if people are looking for something that is mildly entertaining and it gives you easy gamer score, like Super Engine GT Turbo Spec, like you could do worse, you know? So that's, what night did I spend? I think that was Wednesday night I did that. So
I'm trying to go back and see because you had the time listed in the actual, it was like time played. And I think it was like
80
an
minutes
hour.
or something.
Yeah, it was so short. I was just like,
Yeah.
all those achievement hunters are super happy this came out.
100%. Like, and it's funny because you can see like the percentages of people getting all the achievements, and not a huge difference between the first achievement and the last achievement. And
Yep.
it's that perfect carrot dangling on a stick in front of you, going like, I've come this far. I might as well.
Might as well.
Might as well just do the 1,000 gamer score.
There's only
So,
16 achievements. That's it.
yeah, and you just
that
get them
reminds
for-
me of like launch 360 games that would have like 8 achievements for 1,000 gamer score. It was like one of them was like hit A on the main menu and you're like done. Cool.
Yep,
We're on
start
our way.
the game. Yeah,
Start the game.
100%. Yeah, this is, finish 3rd or better on these races, and that's basically it. So, yeah, I mean, it was fine, but I probably already spent too much time on it because Doom.
Well, how does it compare to Enduro?
I don't know that I played Enduro. What's Enduro?
Well, it's part of the big news of the week, which we'll get to.
Oh.
So if you haven't played it, you need to play it and report back which one is a better racing game.
How do you
Enduro
spell
or
that? Enduro game.
Super Engine GT Turbo.
Oh, from the retro classics. Oh, I see. Yeah, probably similar.
Yep. See? Mitch, what have you been playing? As if I don't already know.
Yeah, I guess I'll just start it off. I played Doom. I didn't play
Yeah.
Apex.
Yeah,
I didn't
you
play
did.
COD. I just played Doom.
Yeah.
I also want to shout out like the best timing in the world for me to actually have time on like a Monday and a Tuesday to actually like not go do my extra stuff that I need to do. And I actually was like home and I was alone and I was like, I am just getting Doom completely beat 100%. Want to get it done. And dude, that game's awesome.
Doom rules.
Like
Yeah,
that
it
game
is.
is really good. There are still like I remember on my prediction, I said it was going to be the best rated Microsoft Studios game.
Oh yeah, good call.
I did say that, and I think it, unless like Gears E-Day happens I think it still will stand probably as that so far. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
not going to
pretty
count.
good.
You can't count like obviously like Expedition 33 because that was like Game Pass game, but not a Microsoft
Yeah.
Studios game. So I was talking about Microsoft Studios games only. Which there are a bunch of games. I mean, Tony Hawk's going to come out, and that actually could beat it because I didn't know Tony Hawk was a thing.
Oh
But
yeah.
Tony Hawk 3 and 4, like remake, that actually could get really, really good reviews and could get up there. Because I mean, I don't know if you noticed, like Tony Hawk 2 is one of the best rated games ever. Like ever. Like it's really highly regarded. And I mean, I know this is 3 and 4, but those are awesome games and the remake looks really good. So that might get close to it.
I don't think I ever played those ones. I played 2 a lot.
Yeah.
And I want to say that's the one I had on Dreamcast, I think, which that controller ruled for Tony Hawk. So this one will be new for me. I'm
3
pretty
and
sure.
4 were really, really good. Like, like they just kept adding more and more things to allow you to keep your combo going, and it just got more and more ridiculous.
So amazing.
The remake visually looks amazing. They have
Yeah.
a mix of old songs and new songs, old skaters, new skaters. Like, they have that SpongeBob level that they tease for like 5 seconds,
That's
which I'm super
hilarious.
stoked to check out. That's the only game I think that I was thinking about that we know at least for sure is coming out that could come close to getting his high, rating in my opinion. But
Yep.
no, dude, Doom's
sitting at 85 right now. I don't know if you mentioned that. It's sitting on OpenCritic anyway. Sitting at 85.
What is South of Midnight?
Let me check that in just a second. The other one that could have been up there would have been Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, which is 82.
Yeah.
So
I'm actually surprised that's not higher.
Don't dismiss Outer Worlds 2, because I think Outer
That's true.
Worlds, the first one was like low 80s. So
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, South of Midnight said it's 77.
yeah, people are crazy.
I mean, I'm not saying it deserves any crazy worse or crazy better, but
Yeah,
I mean, it's a good game.
I'm not sure how I feel about that. I haven't beat it. I've got to get back to it after Doom, but there you
I'm
go.
also happy, like I said, like Doom came out and basically I didn't see anybody really crap on it. Like there was not really anybody that was saying anything was like super bad about it. I do have gripes about the game,
Sure.
but I don't think
From
at
a
all
place
it's a
of
bad
love.
game.
They're love gripes.
Sure. There's a couple times. Mostly it was actually after the game happened. When I was
really?
trying to get all the 100% stuff where I started having some issues. And I know Bowser had some issues too with like, she was watching me play a level and I was able to do something she wasn't because the game glitched on her, which that
I don't
was,
think it was a
yeah.
glitch. I think I'm just dumb.
You think you just missed it?
Yep.
It's a brain glitch.
I can tell you personally that
You definitely had a glitch, because I
I had
watched your
glitches.
gameplay and there was a thing that was up high you needed to get, and you needed to ride a platform that was supposed to be like coming down and smashing
Yep.
things. Yours quit moving.
I just
don't know
quit
why.
moving. And like, yeah.
Then you couldn't get the thing. Like,
Yeah, that sucked. There was a couple, like I said, that's honestly, I think my only critique, that and the dragon stuff, I still thought the dragon stuff was whatever. But overall, though, the game itself visually is awesome. Story was cool. I beat the entire thing on Nightmare. And it was hard. It was hard.
you almost
I-
didn't.
I was
Mitch
so
gets a gold
sad.
star for integrity. He was
Okay.
streaming and got to a big boss and realized that it was too easy and said, something ain't right here. You were what? You did 2 phases, I think.
Yeah. So I did 2 phases of one of the harder bosses in the game, and I realized I didn't die yet. And I'm like, I'm not this good. Like Nightmare, I get it. Like there's moments where I've had like 5 health and I've completely beat people that should have beat me. But I was at this final, like hard final boss, and I was like, I haven't died. And I just paused and I thought about it for a second. And before I went to that boss, I had went and turned on easy mode to go back and 100% some of the stuff. And I forgot to turn Nightmare back on.
Yeah.
So I literally quit the level right then and there. Went back, turned on Nightmare, redid the level, and got my ass beat by that thing a bunch.
I almost died playing that
my God.
On easy.
Yeah. I was getting my head stomped in for a while. And I was like, yeah, this is what I was figuring would happen.
That sounds right.
Yeah. No, I immediately, like, Bowser saw it too. She's like, why'd you just quit? And I went and I changed it. She's like, oh, I'm like, yeah, I knew it. Yeah. I just knew when I was playing it. Cause like I was close to dying in like big groups of enemies, but like, I was just like, there's way too much health on the ground. Why is there health sitting there and I'm at max health?
Why is
this ain't right?
Respawning?
Why is there so much health? Why is there so much armor? Why is there so much ammo everywhere? And I'm just like, and then it clicked and yeah, I had to restart everything. But Nightmare difficulty was definitely hard. I have zero intention on going back and doing the 2 harder ones. Not a single intention in my head of doing that.
No incentive to really do it, is there?
No, there's no achievement for it. Which to an extent bums me out because I'm like, I remember I was thinking about Gears. And Gears had that back in the day where you had your difficulty achievement.
Call of Duty as well.
I get it. And Call of Duty as well. You're right. I'm veteran. I get it because to have that be part of the 1,000 out of 1,000, if you're not like super, not I would say skilled at first person shooters, playing that game on Nightmare is not easy at times. It is brutal as hell. And parts of me, the only thing I will say it's cool is I did end up getting a skin specifically for beating it on Nightmare. That's what I was like, okay, I'll at least accept this.
Yeah.
You know, give me something
you get the
extra.
Skin and then you're done with the game. Like,
exactly. I'm just like, cool. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I know. It's weird. Like I said, there's parts of it. Right. It's something. And I was just like, all right, cool. At least I have this. But overall, the game was good. The puzzles were really good. I only had to go on a guide on 2 levels. I had the game literally 99% done. There was like one challenge in one area that I was just like lost. I went to the level like 3 times. I'm just like, I don't get it. What sucks is I will say there are parts of the game where the game does a very good job of telling you where everything is. Almost.
Yeah. Yeah. The map. Yep.
The map is amazing. The map you can rotate, move around. Oh, if I'm here and this is the exit, where's the entrance? Like you could do all of that and it's great. But then there's 2 objectives that they just don't have on the map. And it's like, why would you go through the effort of putting every codex, every, like toy figurine you can why would you put everything on the map? And then these 3 things that you need to break to get one special item you don't have on the map anywhere. Yeah. That annoyed the hell out of me.
The challenges are on a different spot in the menu. Like this is kind of like really deep dive into the game. But, Dune 2016, I just played and I think Eternal was like this as well. Like really everything you needed to know was on that map. So if you had like additional or optional challenges, like open 2 secret doors or go whatever it is, like hit this many enemies with your shotgun blast, all these kind of like, I was a good quarter or a third of the way through the game before I realized there's all this stuff over there because I just went to the map screen and that was kind of it. But tab over.
I think it should have like popped up the challenges when you start a level. At least showed them to you,
or when you're making progress on them.
That's what I was going to say. Or like if you get a quarter of the way through a challenge or something,
you wouldn't make progress on perhaps because you didn't know to do the specific thing.
Yeah. Yeah, but just some sort of, and these are nitpicky kind of things because.
Yeah.
Ultimately, we're talking about Doom here, which is great. It runs great. It looks great. The music is great. Everything, like there's so much to enjoy about it. I'm kind of with you, Mitch, on the dragon stuff, but at the same time, I'm like, I like everything except for the parrying, the dodging that you have to. You sit there pretty like stationary, and then you dodge a green blaster, and that's what destroys the shields on whatever's shooting at you. And that part is, I think, undeniably kind of lame. But then there's also these little ships that fly around that I guess have gold in them and you shoot them down and they're pretty worthwhile to chase down. And that dogfighting feels pretty good. Like it's
that does.
But
that was the of all the dragon stuff you did, that was the best part.
I loved it. Like give me
the
more
boosting
of that
and doing that.
Yes.
Yeah. What I was not a fan of is like you said, Z targeting, literally hold button, one button to dodge, shoot. Like there's
lame.
no it's very hard to mess it up. And it's just like, I wish it was a little bit more complicated because when it comes to the enemy types in the game, there's a lot going on that you have to figure out. I have to shoot him with this, knock his shield off, do this. Like there's a lot more variety when it comes to that. And I felt like the dragon parts, it was cool to ride around the dragon. The controls were fine. The dog fighting was cool. Exploring the open area was really pretty.
Yep.
But then it's like literal, just that Z targeting was the most basic Z targeting you could have in a game. And that's the only part that sucks. I called my dragon Kevin.
Out.
He was
Everything
cool.
else is so smooth and polished. And this is kind of like, okay, this is kind of entry level kind of stuff. Yeah.
But I also viewed the dragon parts and the Mecha Slayer parts as more of like, here's your intermission.
100%.
Take a breather.
A little bit,
everything
yeah, for
else
sure.
in the game is just like, go, 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 fast, fast, fast. There's enemies everywhere. Shoot, shoot, go. And this is just like, all right, let me just fly around in my dragon a little bit and lock
I at
onto
least
an
felt
enemy.
threatened in the mech, though. I felt like it was harder. Like that enemy hits you in the mech. It sucks. It was not
they
fun.
get you a weapon. I don't know what kind of shotgun it is or whatever. Like you pick up at some point and you dodge and then you blast the weapon and everybody just falls to pieces. And it's awesome.
Yeah.
Like really, it's just it's Mortal Kombat-esque over the top. Not quite like the X-ray kind of stuff. That's not what I mean. But like just embracing and indulging in how violent it all is, and you just kind of grin ear to ear if you're in for that kind of thing. And over the top music with the metal and everything, and even that, like, I don't know about you guys, I have no clue what's happening in this story. There's
like a heart that you have to go grab, and this chick gets the heart, and she turns into this demon.
Don't care.
At the same time, you're right. I don't care. Right. But it wasn't so. If you did follow, like I said, at the same time, I was just like, okay, cool. There's a cutscene. Like, let's say the story wasn't riveting. It didn't capture my attention. I wasn't so invested in it. But I'm also glad that when I did pay attention, it didn't suck. Right? It wasn't bad. So I will take that. But I mean, I'd rather have that than like some just awful. If I am actually paying attention, what the hell is this? Why is this happening? I at least will appreciate that part of it. But you're right. When those cutscenes happened, I was like, cool. Phone. Discord.
Yeah, kind of.
Like I was just like, okay, cool. I'll pay attention to other things, but I'm not upset by it. It wasn't like so offensive that I didn't want to pay attention. It was just like, okay, cool. The set pieces
you guys
were
both
the big
finished
part.
it, right? Like you're both.
Yep,
I think you both got 100,000 gamer score
Let's go.
on the thing. 100%ed is the two things I was mixing up there. Did you feel like you were rushing through it? Like, because I feel like I'm catching myself kind of just playing it. Not that I'm not enjoying it, but I am kind of like, I feel like I'm racing for some reason, and I don't really want to be racing
just
it.
Fast, man.
It is. Maybe that's just it. Yeah.
You turned on auto sprint. That's what.
Yeah, then you're
I
just
didn't
fast.
actually. I didn't. I was going. I'm like, I know you guys like that. You guys both like the auto sprint.
Oh my god.
I like having the control. I drive a manual transmission vehicle. You know, I want to have I want to have that control. I want to be able to like slow down or speed up.
I only fell off a cliff a couple times due to auto sprint.
By the way, thank you for not punishing me for falling off a cliff. You literally just picked me up and put me back somewhere.
Puts you right back in the same spot. Yeah. That's very nice.
No, I need to move when I'm
away.
I need to move when I'm like 2 health. I need to get the hell out of there, dude. Like,
I got into a position where like once I decided that I would probably try to 100% this game. As I did the levels, I was trying to do everything, but then like I kind of just want to move on and like see the rest of the game.
Yeah.
But then I'm gonna have to come back, and now the secret that I don't have is towards the end of the level, and
yeah, you can't fast travel or get to the last checkpoint or anything.
The ones I did have to go back in and replay because I didn't care about anything in the first 3/4 of the map. I just ran past enemies,
full past everything,
blasted the hell out of them because like all of my weapons were upgraded at that point. Like I was just pulling a China shop, man, just flying through it. So it really didn't take long to get further in, and you could skip the cutscenes, just plow through it. Right, it wasn't too bad.
That was the thing I would say, because like when I was doing it, I was recording a YouTube playthrough, and I didn't want to be on like one puzzle too long and just be totally stuck. But I mean, I gave each puzzle a fair shake. Like I would look at each puzzle for a little bit, and for the most part, I got the lowest percentage I got in the level was 81%. That was the lowest I got. And then like going back, it's just because certain areas where it's just hectic, you're just forward, but there's actually stuff behind you. Like you gotta pay attention a little bit.
Yeah, there's a couple times where the game would block you. It would move forward and go like you can't go back, and I didn't think it was like obvious all the time.
Oh, there was a special indicator.
What's that?
There was a special indicator.
Sometimes it would, and I didn't realize that that's what that indicator was. But I mean, yeah, it's not really a big deal. It's funny how much it slowed me down though, in terms of like letting me not race through it. Like these secrets, go get all the gold. Like the secrets are one thing because for those who want to be a completionist, but like you really do want to collect all that gold. You do want to collect those amulets and whatever the third upgrade gem thing is.
Yeah, the Wraith
because
stones.
if
you do 1,000, you have to have everything, all those things
for the completionist,
don't.
but you want to be powerful enough to like progress.
So
For
I
that
went back
third
and
one,
checked
right?
my
No?
save file. I have like 500 some gold left, and I think 5 rubies left.
but not
But
that
they're-
final upgrade
Yeah, the Wraith
crystal.
stones, you need all of those.
You
to
do
fully
need all
upgrade
those,
your
right.
weapons. But I got all of the achievements before I had collected all the gold in the game.
Which was, I thought the gold was necessary for the 100% of the level. And again, I
Yes,
thought
it is.
the
It
achievement
is.
was, well, I thought the achievement was get 100% of the levels.
No, it
not
is not.
these specific tasks. So
It's
technically
specific
you don't
things.
have
It's
to
like
100% the levels. You can miss
Upgrade
gold if you
all of
want
your
to.
weapons.
Oh,
Yeah.
Get all the codex entries. Get all the toys.
Get all the masteries for the weapons,
For
that stuff,
yeah,
which you
all weapon
can technically
masteries.
do without getting all the gold.
Yeah, I'd
in
have
the
to
game.
look at the list again and see if there's anything else that, like, does it count find all secrets? But not
Well, that's the
every
thing. So
gold
most of the
thing
secrets-
is a secret. You know what I mean?
True. Some of the
So-
secrets in the level are head sigils, which is like, or the life sigils
Oh,
or whatever.
yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's
Yes.
a secret, and it's
Yeah.
like, but at least those show you on the map. Like everything minus the dog things you had to destroy for those like
Right,
wraith
the
stones.
wolf, yeah.
That's the only thing that's not on the damn map, and I was so frustrated by it. And like that was one of the levels I spent a lot of time in.
Yeah,
I was
remember.
just zooming the level like, where is this? I can't find it. And I the map does a good job too, at least of telling you like if you haven't been in a spot. I'm like, okay, maybe it's here because I haven't been here yet. And it's just, yeah, that was the one thing that I was a little frustrated by. But yeah, no, like the weapons are good. Personally, I felt like I stuck to 2 weapons the whole time.
that's what I was just gonna say. Super shotgun and
The long range laser gun, the one that shoots the shields and blows the
Cycler.
shields up. Cycler,
Yep.
that one.
yeah.
The
Those are
cycler
the
is
2.
my primary. But I will say, having gone back through to do all the weapon masteries, all the guns are viable in this game.
They
It
are.
just depends on your play style. I
Right.
think I played with the cycler mostly because of those energy shields, right? You can defeat those enemies without using that style of weapon, but it's harder. You know what I
do
mean?
you
It
mean
takes a
ener-
long
what are you
time.
saying? The energy shield? What are you talking
Like the
about?
blue shields, the guys that are holding the blue shields.
Yeah, you blasted them open when you use that weapon.
Yeah,
And it
when you
blows
use
them
the
up, right.
accelerator or the
Yeah.
cycler, it blows
Yeah.
them all up.
That's
Yeah.
why I went back and forth between those 2 because like super shoddy on the metal shields. If you shoot somebody with a super shoddy, it instantly gets it,
Yeah.
glowing to where you can
Gets
blow
you
them up.
Yeah.
And then cycler automatically blew up the other shields. That's why I was just bouncing back and forth between those 2.
So far, that's the only gun that I have that I've got mastery on. And is it because I've already like you do all the purchased upgrades, and then it allows you to get that last? It's almost like a prestige for the weapon kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so you have to
fully
upgrade it
upgrade.
fully. Yeah,
Yes.
and then it basically unlocks that. And then that one, out of all the masteries, I would say is the easiest one because it's simply just shoot
Just
people.
use it.
Like just shoot people, and it like because it's like do damage to overcharged people. And I'm like, if you're already holding the trigger down in a crowd of people, you're gonna eventually do that damage to somebody in there.
I think the super shotgun one was, at least for me, maybe it was the way I had it configured, was all the like pellets hit the enemy X number of times, whatever.
Correct.
Yes,
And if you're
yes.
in their face with it,
Yeah.
it shouldn't miss.
Which I was.
like
Yeah, if you're
it's
shooting
just
a big enemy, you don't have a problem.
Yeah, you're not gonna have a problem with that, right? There was only 2 weapon masteries that I didn't. I won't say I didn't. I mean, I did them, but like that kind of confused me. One of them is I can't remember. I'm blanking on the names. The like super heavy sniper bullet, basically the one that had like 15 rounds in it. That
Impaler?
one you have to
Impaler?
shoot. Yeah, you have to shoot people in the head to get your melee charge. That's the challenge. That's the mastery. The problem is if your melee is full and you shoot somebody in the head, it doesn't recharge your melee, therefore it doesn't count towards the challenge. Like you have
so
to
you always have to
actively have no melee so you can shoot and keep getting. And I was really getting pissed off because I'm sitting there going like,
Yeah, you
I'm
should be
shooting these
done by
people in the
now.
head.
Yeah.
Why is it not counting towards this challenge? And then I realized, like, as soon as I was like, oh, did that.
Yeah.
And then there's another one where I think it's there's the other version of that gun where when you throw a shield into somebody, you shoot them and like bullets ricochet off of that enemy.
Right. Yeah.
But it's not consistent whatsoever with where the bullets go, because I would shoot.
Yeah.
I would throw a shield in a big
It's so
bad
bad.
chest, and I'm like, cool, all these little fodder enemies around him, and I'd shoot and I'd pull the trigger and I'd empty it, and it's like 2 bullets hit. I'm like, 2 bullets hit 30 people around me.
There's so
Got
many
it.
people, so many enemies, so many bullets, and we
2.
got 2.
Okay,
Yeah.
got
Yeah,
it. So that was the only one that, those are the 2 that, but the other ones were pretty straightforward and pretty
Yeah.
easy. Like they're just
the
use
upgrades
the
on
weapon.
the shield, I think, are way more interesting.
Oh,
like
yeah.
the different parry sort of upgrades that you can get. Like I've had one where it, like you hit a parry and then it fires a bunch of like ghost swords at them, or
Yes.
phantom blades, I think it's called. And then another one, it
Is
like
that the
shatters
first one
the
you get?
ground. I think it's the
No,
the
second
frag-
one. Second one.
is
The first
blade
first one is the one that throws like the earthquake on the ground that stuns
Yeah,
him.
that's
Yeah.
pretty great.
That's pretty great. Then the second one is the shards that go everywhere. The third
Yes.
one's the turret.
That's one I've got right now, and that one is awesome.
Yeah.
That one rules.
Yeah.
Well,
Fourth
I was
one
just
was
gonna
my
say,
favorite.
like, this is so. I'm glad we're having kind of a nice conversation about the upgrades of the weapons in Doom, because, like, overall, I'm kind of down on the skill tree. Honestly, like, I'm not really all that motivated for a lot of the upgrades, but mastery is the thing that's gonna keep me going with this. Where I might even like just do the upgrade just so that I can get to the end, kind of a thing.
That's all I did. Yeah. Like I didn't care
and
about
that's
those
a
other
better-
weapons at all.
It's a better mindset for sure. But it's this upgrade to the shield and the upgrades to the melee that, I mean, ultimately, that's what the game is about anyway. It's about your shield, it's about your melee, and upgrading those things is awesome.
Yeah.
And this is where I'm like, okay, this is where I really want to get to the end of the game. It'd be cool for a new game plus, like, because you feel badass, and that's all you want to do. And I
Yeah.
love that we can talk about a first-person shooter for 20 minutes and all its intricate parts. Like, when does this ever happen?
Yeah.
FPS games used to be, everywhere, all the time. We're always playing shooters, and then they kind of got simplified and dumbed down, and it's an annualized Call of Duty kind of thing. But there's way more to Doom that I think, Doom sounds like a silly, mindless first-person shooter game, and it's anything but. Really, it's very thoughtful. A lot to love about this game, Mitch.
I think like the big thing with shooters is that there is variety in shooters out there. There really are. Like there's shooters that have their own niches, right? I mean, if you're talking about Call of Duty, you're talking about an annualized thing that just happens all the time, right? But you have like Apex, which has its own things. You have Splitgate, which is its own thing. Like you have Fragpunk, which is its own thing. Like you have a bunch of different games that have their own niche. The difference is that they play into a certain type of gamer, right? A lot of these games are like multiplayer, battle royale, arena shooter, have fun. Doom 2016 had multiplayer.
Yeah,
You know who played it? No one.
that's too bad.
No one played it. And again, at the same time, when you think of that game, they're just like, nobody played the multiplayer. Let's just focus all on the single player. And that's
I'm
where
kind
like
of happy
games.
that nobody played it, because
No, but that's
now
what I'm
we
saying,
still
like,
have Doom.
I'd rather the team that was going to focus on multiplayer make the single player experience better. And that's why I think Doom has that level of like, no. This is an awesome game because we cater directly to the people
I
that
agree.
played this, which was single player only. There's definitely other first person shooters that are out there that are awesome for their own regard. But also, if you are a single player and you go to play a multiplayer team focused game, it might not be your cup of tea, and that sucks.
Yeah.
But I like how Doom straight up said, no, this is single player. We're not messing with multiplayer. No one played it. 5% of people probably played it. Why are we wasting time and assets on it? And that's why I think this game is definitely the,
Yep. And
like
how
when
many-
you play this, it brings back those memories of like those epic campaigns of like, man, this used to be awesome. And that was because that was their focus. Like that they just wanted to create an awesome single player experience.
I mean, Apex is like the big example of this.
Mhm.
That your multiplayer takes off and the single player's gone. Where's
Dies,
Titanfall
yeah.
3?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that, Bowser, because you know what is funny when I think about Doom. It invented deathmatch. Like
Right.
the original. This is where like multiplayer really kind of started, and so there is a part of me that kind of would like to see what this team would do if like sort of tasked with that. And I remember I had an opportunity to interview the team over at the Coalition before Gears 5 happened, and I asked Rod Ferguson about like this game introduced Gears introduced Horde. Like how do you now come up with like Gears 5 knowing that the history, the legacy of this series has introduced like one of the most at the time, especially one of the most prominent multiplayer modes. Like, how do you top that? Like, what do you really do there? And he had a tricky answer to it, which like didn't really. He just thought like, don't know. We try our best. And he hinted at something that I think was the thing that became the escape. What the heck did they call that? The 3-person thing on Gears
High
5.
Busters?
Yes. So a little bit of that, but like every now and then I would like to see a little of this. Like, and I don't want to see live service. That's not what I'm saying at all. Like what can you do that makes it really fun for 3 or 4 of our friends to play something that doesn't demand the rest of our lives to play, but it is a really fun multiplayer experience. Like, well, how does that work in Doom? And maybe that's the next one. I don't know, but I'm on both sides of this coin for sure.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I think the big thing is like games that cater towards that particular audience. Like example, like you're right with Titanfall, right? In my opinion, Titanfall 1 campaign is my favorite first-person shooter campaign. It's perfect in my opinion. I love that
the
game.
Multiplayer, you mean? Like
no. The actual Titanfall 2 campaign itself.
Titanfall 2. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So like, but Titanfall 2's multiplayer was awesome, but they didn't focus on BR. They didn't focus on a battle pass. They were just like, here's your multiplayer. But at the time, that was it. That was like
that's not
where gaming was. Now
in style.
It's not in style as much anymore. But also too, it's like we talk about games that try to have
Call of Duty. I still play Team Deathmatch. I still play some like now kind of like
it sucks because like I said, there's very few games and like other games, for example, like Fortnite is getting into the fact, even though you think Fortnite, you think BR.
Yeah.
There's so many modes in Fortnite now that also the whole Fortnite creator like program where they're making game modes. Like there's modes out there that have nothing to do with BR and it's just deathmatch or just sniper challenges. Like Halo, same thing with Forge. Am I thinking that right?
Forge.
Yeah. So like they're making game modes that are completely like just unique and fun, but I think it just depends on the game. And unfortunately, a lot of people now see dollar signs when they think battle passes and all these things. And I just think takes. There's certain games when they come out and we're like, oh, you guys don't care about that stuff. Cool. But then how often do they stick around?
Doom would be good for this. Like, and I say this very cautiously. Like, Doom would be ripe for the picking. This id Tech is excellent. Like, it'd be very, it'd be good. But I'm talking over your mouths. Sorry.
What's interesting about it is who could, in theory, do something like this, and I think it is the Xbox Game Studios.
100%.
Because they have that consistent monthly income at the higher level. Whereas, like, an independent game publisher, like, you get the money all at once when your game comes out, right? And then a trickle afterwards. And that's why that live service model is so... It's that carrot dangling out in front of you. Like, it's so hard to get your game to hit, but if it does, you print money. Game over, right? Like you win.
And that's the thing that sucks because I feel like
you're rich.
Right. I think that's the thing that sucks because I feel like Halo Infinite was supposed to be that game. Yeah. I feel like Halo Infinite literally could have been just like, here's a good campaign, which by the way, the Halo Infinite campaign was not bad. It was awesome. I had fun with it. Okay.
Agreed. Yeah.
Multiplayer was good. And like, it was a solid multiplayer game. It didn't have as much content, which I think is what hurt it in the long run. Like Halo's got 100 maps you could have remade in the meantime when you were coming up with something new. Like you could have done so many things, but then their whole exclusion of the BR side of things, you could have hit all 3 tiers of what people like. And you put out a good campaign, which again has that finite amount of time. You play and beat it. Done. Like there's not much to do afterwards. You can go back and replay it if you want, but there's not a lot to do. The multiplayer was good. The content wasn't there. But if you gave us a Halo BR from the start, you would have hit all 3 pillars of what people like in shooters. It really hurts my feelings that's not, it makes sense. You drop in on a pod, there's vehicles, there's different levels of weapons. What are we doing? Why is that never a thing? And again, the worst part is they almost like made fun of it. There's like, we have a BR, it's a battle rifle. Shut up.
Yeah.
Give us a battle like a battle royale, please. And I just think that was the game that they had a chance to do all 3 with. And there's lots of things I still like about Halo's multiplayer and how they handle battle passes, how they don't go away, how you can bounce back and forth. There's a lot of good ideas there. But it's just like, I feel like Halo is that game and maybe the next Halo will be that game.
It's also free, by the way. It's as free as Fortnite Halo multiplayer.
It is. Yep. It absolutely is. Yeah. That's also something that gets skipped over a 100%. Lot. Yeah, a lot. That I don't feel like that got advertised enough.
That's the problem with tying your campaign paid for content to your multiplayer, and it's the same name.
Yeah.
Right.
People don't realize that
But
that
Call
part's
of
free.
Duty. So are you saying like they should have like a Warzone type of separation?
I don't
kind
know
of
what
thing?
you do. I don't necessarily
Honestly, I
have
think-
the answer.
I think what they're doing with Warzone, I don't. Okay, Warzone is its own game. Okay,
Right.
Warzone does not require any Call of Duty paid version ever. Right.
Right.
Warzone's its own
Yeah.
thing. I think Halo Infinite should have been the name of your campaign. And Halo something
Yeah.
would have been your multiplayer, free to play, advertises
Swap 'em.
separately. Sure.
Swap
I
'em.
mean,
What
any
do you mean
name
swap
that you,
'em?
he's talking about the name
To
itself.
Halo-
Oh,
name
the
it
Halo-
Halo
oh, I
Infinite
see.
as
Yeah,
the
yeah,
multiplayer
yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Sure.
The
Yep,
multiplayer,
yep.
the ongoing thing is the Infinite.
Right.
Halo
Exactly.
6
I
is the
mean,
name of the game. Yeah.
That could have been, but you're right. When they advertised it as one, people saw a dollar's price and they were like, cool. But
Yep.
it's like, no, that actually was free. Just again, swear to God, I forgot until you reminded me. That's how bad it is. Like I played
why I
Halo,
mentioned it. Nope.
and I
It's on Game
forgot it
Pass.
was.
It was also free for me. So
Sure. I mean, but
That's
yeah, I mean, but
also
also
confusing.
eventually, like it's on PC, free to play. Eventually, when it goes to PS5, it'll be free to play. Because I honestly think if you just put Gears on PS5, it's not far. Not
Well,
far.
I mean, Call of Duty like really is the model here. Like, I think you could probably have gotten away with, if you're Microsoft, you could have gotten away with Halo single player and a traditional suite of multiplayer, part of the paid package, which is the Call of Duty, and then you've got some sort of battle royale or like whatever the next cool mode is. Like, this is really. I feel like we just kind of ask for the same thing often, and I'm just
'Cause
going
we
to go out
don't
on a
know
limb
what
here.
we don't know.
I know what we don't want, and that's
Yeah.
kind of just I'm going to have that
Yeah.
open-ended wish. Like, it should be Halo and or Gears and or Doom to like give us what's next. They gave us Horde, they gave us Deathmatch, they gave us Team Deathmatch, all these different things. I think that they should deliver what's next, and I hope that it's not an extraction shooter. I hope it's not another version of Battle Royale. I don't know, but maybe they should start there because that's the basics. That's what
Yeah.
people understand, and then
Yeah.
you build and innovate from there. You can't skip the step where everybody understands the stuff. So
It's hard.
Halo.
Yeah, Halo, like I said, there's a lot of things out there. Like Buzz has said this forever. We want Spies versus Mercs again in Splinter Cell.
yeah,
There's no game out there that has that like that was back in the day, and that mode was very unique. And
was
it
it
was
Splinter
awesome.
Cell or was it what was the other game that everybody talks about? They want to come back. Spec Ops: The Line. There was a mode in there. I feel
Got it. Like that, I'm not sure about. I'm
Okay.
not
Well,
sure.
sometimes I
but
put
like
it
I
out there
remember
for
Chaos
chat
Theory
to
on
fix
OG
me up.
Xbox, Spies versus Mercs. It was awesome. It was so good, and there's no game out there that has that type of mode. And it sucks because I feel like, to a certain extent, nostalgia will play a big factor into getting people back into a game. And I felt that's kind of like with Splitgate was like it was Halo, almost identical to Halo as far as the jump, like the floatiness of how you jump and all that stuff. But then they added portal guns,
Oh, okay.
and you're like,
Damn.
okay, this is awesome. And I remember playing Splitgate and it was fun. But again, it's like you have to like keep people's attention. And I think that's the hard part with any of these games. Like I'm not saying Doom won't keep my attention, but that's the problem with single player stuff too, right? Is cool. Here's your single player game. You just 100%ed it. What are you going to do now? And it's
Splitgate 2 just came out this week.
Yeah, it did.
I think.
I have
Free to
not
play?
played. Yeah, I think so. I think the first
Yeah.
one was because I remember playing the first one. I didn't pay
Second
for
one
it,
is
so.
free to play. Yeah.
So like there's games out there that try, like I said, try those different things, right? Because I remember like a first person shooter with portal guns in it. I was like, sure, because you can jump here and shoot through this wall to get this angle in the sky. Like, there was a lot of cool concept to it.
Yeah.
But then it's about the problem is now, especially now, is there's so many things out there to get your attention that you
time.
have to do something wild to keep your attention for a long
Yeah.
period of time. And there's very few games out there that have the infrastructure to do that. Microsoft being one of those, though. Microsoft has so many damn studios now. You're telling me you can't just like have some sort of game that you put out that keeps people's attention like that?
I'm sure
It's
they're
wild to me,
working
but-
on it at the
yeah.
exact same
I mean,
time.
it's Call of
I-
Duty.
Yeah, well, there it is. Yeah, and like maybe that's enough. And or Candy Crush, like they've got sort of their pillars. At the exact same time, what are we talking about on Game Pass lately? And everybody's stoked about it. Talking about single player Doom. We got Avowed, which was mixed, but Claire
South of
Obscure
Midnight.
is on there. South of
Yeah.
Midnight. Like we're talking about single player games that are getting rated very, very highly. Like, isn't this what we've been screaming about for years in the midst
This
of
is
all
what
these?
I want.
This is what we want, and so I guess I'm just kind of like trying to celebrate it the best way
Yeah.
that we can. Usually, it just sounds like me yelling at
And-
people.
Also, Split Fiction. where it is a co-op game, but it's like a defined thing. You're going to play this story
Right.
and now you're done. Okay, congratulations.
I think the biggest thing with Game Pass being a thing, single player games have a chance to thrive better than ever because
100%.
it's a hard sell to tell somebody. And I'm not saying Doom's not worth $70. I'm not saying that whatsoever. In my opinion, it is. It's a great game. Like, it's super awesome. But I think it's harder for people to justify spending money on a game and having a definitive endpoint where you can not pay for a game and it's free. But Game Pass kind of gets rid of that because that subscription just gives you access to all of this, and you can do that.
There's never been a better time for Game Pass, not just because there's all these great games, but also because price to buy and own games is going up. It's like, I mean, imagine if it launched like this. It's taken a long time to get to this point, but it's pretty dang good. And you know what? No, not that PlayStation's any slouch over there with PS Plus. Like, they got some pretty good stuff over there. It just, for whatever reason, I don't know that I hear people talking about that in the same way that we're talking about Game Pass.
Because your day one games aren't there.
I guess so. Yeah.
Like,
Doom
that's
day
such
one.
when you are comparing the two price wise and you're like, I'm getting Doom
day one. Yeah,
I'm not getting Ghost of Yote day one. I have to pay
Yeah.
$80 for it or whatever. Like,
Depends
that's
on
your
your level of
number
Game
one.
Pass, 'cause
Right.
they're
That's
dumb
true
and
as well.
ruin it.
But I think price wise, if you look at the two comparable, not to mention like they both have the cloud gaming, they both have the big back and pat law, like both are comparable there. It's just I think the day one games literally kill it. Like if PlayStation had that, I think a lot more people would sign up for it. But also at the same time, that would probably kill PlayStation's dollar amount, like or their bottom line.
I mean, they're doing fine. Obviously,
they're doing yeah. They're selling a bunch. They're totally good, but
they're doing great.
Game Pass. I'm not upset the fact that I got Game Pass or I got Doom with Game Pass and on Xbox. And by the way, I do want to point out I am happy that it did come out on PS5 right away. I'm very happy with that. Anybody who's like, oh, it's great. People should play this game. Everybody who's like, wait a year or whatever, like what they're doing with Hellblade. I'm not upset at Hellblade's going there. Let them resell a bunch of copies. I think it was I saw a tweet. 4 of the 5 best-selling PlayStation games were published by Xbox.
No doubt. Yeah.
That's insane to say.
They're good games. We've been saying it the whole time.
For consumers.
Correct. Microsoft realized that when they just said, wait, we just sold how many more copies of Forza Horizon 5? Wait a minute, how many did you just say? Okay, cool.
Yep.
Can we just put everything on there?
I don't care
they've
how
never
much
played a
money they
Gears
make.
game? Yeah, exactly. They're like, yo, no PlayStation person's ever played Gears. How many copies do you think we'll sell? A bunch? Yeah, sure. Put everything on there. I don't care. It's great.
Like
But Game Pass is way good. Look at all that. Holy crap.
Yeah, so speaking of Game Pass, there's a whole bunch of new stuff coming because twice a month they do this to us. Metaphor?
That's
Who's into
crazy.
Metaphor?
That's
Who would
insane.
have thought that was coming?
Also on
Also on my
standard.
bingo card. Yeah.
That's not even ultimate.
Good
Interesting.
point.
That's
Yeah,
literally
all the way down to
standard.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to maybe after Summer Game Fest, we're gonna have to do that thing we keep talking about. Like, let's look at standard one of these days because I think it's pretty. Like, what does it cost? What are the games that come with it? Like, it's pretty dang good. You've got Division 2 right next to it over there coming into
Yep.
standard. Not that it's brand new
Why
or
did I
anything.
think that like Division 2 was free to a certain point?
You know why?
I mean,
Because
it's
it's probably been a Games with Gold or an Epic game or
Yeah.
something. It's been
I
an
know.
Amazon
Played the
Twitch
beginning of
Prime
it.
game. Like, it's been
Yeah.
something.
I probably had it 6 different
I
ways.
love that
and
game.
I know you
love
do,
that game
but
so
I can
much.
never get into it. It's probably because like everyone's moved on from the base game, and that's what I had access to, and I just
Let's start with this one.
was late.
I'd like to play it on and get achievements for it rather than playing it through the Ubisoft.
there you go.
Launcher
There
that
you
I've got.
go.
Yeah,
Tales of Kenzera Zhao.
I never did get to that.
Yeah, that's an EA Play thing, so I think we knew that was going to hit here eventually. Just
That's
takes
another
time.
thing. We keep
Yep.
forgetting about EA Play is in Game Pass.
It's in
That's
Game Pass.
Insane.
I remember
Really?
at one point in time when I had both separate. I actually paid for EA Play separate before, and then they comboed it up. I was like, all right, cool. Combo it up. Give me some more time on Xbox Ultimate. Sounds good.
another huge drop. It's not a me game, but it's for a lot of people, and that's Monster Train 2.
What
Monster
is
Train
that?
is a beloved. I think it's a card-based game.
Oh, that's why I don't know anything about it.
Yep, that's why
So-
I've heard of it.
Sorry.
I've seen people, talking about it. It's beloved, so that dropping into Game Pass day one is pretty wild. But
Nice.
one of the best things on this list, baby, Spray Paint Simulator and Yard and Nose I'm gonna be playing that thing as soon as it hits, and I'm gonna spray paint the crap out of everything. It's gonna be awesome. I love how they're like hitting all the right buttons with me lately. We had crime scene cleaner, now we got firefighting simulator and spray paint simulator. Oh my goodness gracious.
We just spent a good 10-15 minutes on like what should Halo do to like bring back people in the multiplayer suite of games. Like, nah, we're busy with these simulator games.
That's why you can't have me.
I think if they just put out a new one once a month, you're going to keep somebody's attention on that subscription forever.
It's like
they're onto something.
It's me and Vampire Survivor like games.
But that's very true.
Put one of those out a month, man. I'm there for it.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I love about Game Pass, because like I said, like for example, we just talked about Doom being an awesome shooter. Like there's a simulator game in there, there's an RPG in there, there's there's so many variety on Game Pass that, and again, like any version of Game Pass you're looking at, you're gonna have variety. Like I said in the bottom right, Creatures of Ava and Stalker 2 are going to standard.
Are just coming to standard, yep.
Right, but I mean, even still, like you're going to keep people's attention doing that. Also, I want to shout out something that I keep forgetting about until I had to do it. I played Doom Dark Ages on cloud. I got my Legion Go, and I sat on my couch and I was doing stuff trying to 100% the game. That thing on cloud, again, you would imagine crazy fast-paced game. It worked awesome. Damn. It worked so awesome, and I was like, okay, I'm glad I can just sit here and grind away on guns like this and get this done and not have to be in front of my PC or my Xbox. So shout out to them.
This is a great idea. Yarden in the chat says, I need a Bowser top 5 or top 10 Vampire Survivors like game sometime.
All right.
That's a
I'll
good
have to
idea.
work on that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them out there. I got to do some homework. There's so many I haven't played.
Bowser will do that on the 1 week that like none of us can be here, and it'll just be
Just be a
Bowser,
solo
and she'll be
show.
like, all right, guys, get ready.
Awesome.
I'll
That'd
play
be so
Vampire
good.
Survivors while I'm doing the show.
Exactly.
And before we get away from the Game Pass stuff, though, I would be remiss if I didn't shout out Crypt Custodian, which was a former Backtrackers game. I had a lot of fun playing that as well.
Yeah, what do you do in that one again?
Cleaning up trash.
There it is.
Fair enough.
But it's combat. You know, you're out doing your combat stuff and finding new places. I guess kind of Metroidvania-esque. You're like blocked out from certain areas till you get your upgrades, and then you got to come back.
Was it kind of like Death's Door? Was it comparable to Death's Door at all? I don't know why I have those in the same place in my head.
I could see that.
Okay. Yeah, good drop, man. And this is just before Summer Game Fest or the Xbox showcase that they've got coming up here.
And let's talk about the fact that because Grand Theft Auto is now moved out of fall 2025,
I know.
Summer Game Fest should actually have release dates.
We hope so.
I'm literally convinced whole games are going to get announced and released. Like, I'm convinced games we don't even know existed weren't even being shown yet.
Fallout 3
because of Grand Theft
Remaster.
Auto.
Give it to me.
For real. I really do think there were games that were ready to launch. They're like, cool, we're going to do a shadow drop as soon as GTA talks about when the release date happens.
Yep.
And now they're not, it's not happening. And there's going to be games that are going to happen, shadow drop, that were just like, awesome. I'm glad this is happening now. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Seth in the chat says Symphonia, I think it might be a Sean game. I think it's kind of like Hollow Knight or Celeste-ish. I do have it downloaded because it's now just coming to. Why do I have this downloaded? Oh, it might have been an ID at Xbox game. I think I snagged it because he's recommended that to me before, and now it's on Game Pass. Yes, and music, gotta love music. So shout out. Yep, nice.
I like it.
He says good feeling 2D platformer. Nice.
Can't argue
I like
those.
to feel good.
Again, there's your variety.
I want to feel
You got
good.
everything in this drop.
Good drop.
Yep.
Very good.
Drops. And
They also
this is
dropped
just
something
to,
else too.
like get you to Summer Game Fest.
Right.
Yep.
They
And it
also
doesn't include that retro thing. Are we gonna?
I was
that's what
I
I'm
was
getting.
just about to
I'm-
bring up. Yeah.
I'm doing it, man. I'm doing it.
I mean,
All right,
that's
I got
cool,
you.
man. This is crazy. This retro.
It's a Thursday random news drop or something. They're just like, hey guys,
No.
check
Okay.
this out.
You know how you guys have been crying about you want Activision games, some of the old Activision stuff?
Yeah, you wanted these
Here.
ones.
This is the ones you wanted, right?
I didn't want ones from 1972. Okay, sorry.
Well, that's what you got. You guys should have been more specific when you were complaining. Look, Enduro's the top one there. It does not look like that whatsoever.
I know,
Let me
right?
tell you. Your car is like 5 pixels.
I think I might need to check it out, actually.
You do, and you got to report back on how it compares to the one you played this week.
These are even older than games that I'm familiar with. Like this is going back a long way. I never played Amiga. I never really I played like that bad Pac-Man on Atari 2600, but I didn't really play a lot of Atari.
Man, there's a firefighter game.
There it is.
Oh, damn it. That's going to be better than the firefighter simulator. I bet you shoot fire from the bottom on that
AI, right?
one. Right.
I'll tell you what.
They barely had pixels to run the game. Do you think they have AI in that game? What are you talking about?
I almost put it on the thumbnail for this week, but everyone needs to go play Venetian Blinds.
That's
I heard about that.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
We got bridge, we got checkers in here. What else? We got decathlon. Nice. Let's go play that.
I like baseball.
Freeway is essentially
baseball.
Frogger.
Mm-hmm. The biggest thing I will say about this, the one thing that
stay up there, Bowser, before we move on, if you don't mind. The one thing I want to shout out to that I didn't notice until I was well into it was, at least on this screen, that when you get into the app, it makes it clear where these games are coming from. Like when you just talk about old games, you can filter
by which game system you want to use.
Well, the things that might be, at least to me, like they made sense right off the hop was, give me my DOS games, give me the, maybe the Amiga, I think makes sense. You got PlayStation games on here. You got there's I think one from Super Nintendo.
Yep.
I can't remember which game that was.
Yeah. It's weird seeing SNES.
Yes.
The
that is
retro
bonkers.
Games on my Xbox console, right?
Well, I started to notice it because I fired up one of my favorite games of all time, Mech Warrior 2, 31st Century Combat, one of the best looking games I'd ever seen at that point in time. Playing with my Microsoft Sidewinder joystick with force feedback. Oh my goodness gracious. Going back to my 98 PC gaming days there, Mitch. But I fired it up and I'm like, I don't even know what button to push. So I bring up the controls and it's like, just press the triangle button. Or just press the square button. I'm like, what the hell is going on here? It's a PlayStation port. I had no clue that the game was even on PlayStation, but then again, like that this launcher was going to bring up games from all these different types of systems. It's really fascinating what they've done here with this kind of like beyond back compat that we've ever really dealt with before.
I really do think this app is going to be a much, much, much bigger deal down the road.
You think it's just a start?
Yes, because Microsoft has this whole department of game preservation and like back compat, and they're trying to be preservation. They're trying to be like, hey guys, we don't want gaming to go away. We actually want gaming to be bigger. We don't want games to go away. Yeah. I think this right here, this app alone, they could fill it with Activision history forever now, right? You own it. Yep. The FTC said, we're done fighting. You own it. It's done deal. They literally can go back to granted, some of the Activision games you can't because of licenses. Totally get that. But like, there's so many Activision games that you could make this as like the base, and this is it. This is your base platform here, right?
Yep.
And also it's available on PC.
NSO.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
But it's not Nintendo. Like it's true. I want to be clear.
There's
I can't.
No.
That's true. That's
right.
True.
But the one piece of news that actually got me excited, and I was like, okay, keep talking. And this is why I think this is going to be a bigger deal. Scroll down. Like the last thing they talk about is they say, this is just the beginning. I'll read it too right here. This is just the beginning. Game Pass members can look forward to discovering additional games from Activision and Blizzard.
Oh, snap.
Are you kidding? So right there, that's it. You can play all the Blizzard games. And this is going to be your hub now. And again, why is this awesome? Because Game Pass just gives it to you. And then, again, they can add on EA. Cool. We have this partnership with EA for EA Play. Do you want to put all your retro games and we'll take care of the back and pat? We'll make it work. Again, the Xbox has this whole division that's Bethesda, dedicated to it. I'm telling
early Elder Scrolls games.
Thinking about all the studios that they own and how this can be and that's why when I was talking about, you said 360.
Yeah. Rare.
This could turn into an Xbox 360 emulator and be like, okay, cool. Here's all your 360 games. We've emulated it for you. We've got it nailed down. We got to figure it out. This is such a bigger deal, and it's random that they dropped it on a Wednesday and didn't make it a big deal.
And not part of the showcase. Like
this could have easily been a showcase thing.
This is my fingers crossed. Like what is in the showcase?
It's still maybe there's still something here.
If this is what they dropped on a random weekday,
oh my god,
a couple weeks ahead of time.
You
Please,
know how
Xbox,
long?
do not come out next week and step on a rake. because you love to do that. You love to do the bad news sandwich. Oh, here's great games on Game Pass and the retro thing, and everyone's excited. Next week they'll like do something completely ridiculous and
Bump up the price of Game Pass again.
Yeah, Game Pass is now $35 a month, and we fired all of our employees, and then come back to the showcase and try to like put the icing on it. Please do not do that. For the love of all that is good and holy, please don't do it.
I don't know if it gets into this on the article that we're on here, but like this is interesting just inherently because it's old games and the buyout and the history here. But also it's interesting because these games are running through the cloud, actually. Like you don't actually download and or install them. Like they're all cloud-based, all these tiny little retro games.
Are
and
they?
I guess for some people like that's not great, but I don't know that it really mattered to me.
Are you worried about latency?
But
Shut up.
Also, like,
it's a retro game.
Why are they cloud? Like, you could download all of these games in like 1 megabyte.
Split second. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a matter of and maybe that's to the point that you've got there, Mitch, like that there is more to come. You know, maybe from what we're seeing here, it's like, why would you make this cloud-based? But maybe this allows them to stack a whole bunch of games in there. Like maybe it makes them work. I don't know. I have no idea, but I just wanted to address that it's the way they rolled this out is a little interesting technology.
Imagine if they announced this on the Wednesday just to get the name of it out there. And at the showcase is when they go, oh, by the way, you know that retro gaming or retro classics app that we just launched? Here's Xbox.
Dude,
here's Xbox, OG Xbox. Here you go.
I'm like, here I am like leaning in for like hints on the artwork here. There's a game from Activision called Interstate 76. It was on PC. There was a sequel called Interstate 82. It was basically like almost like a Twisted Metal kind of game. Like back in those days, like vehicular combat. It was a great genre. Vigilante 8 on PlayStation was back there as well. I'd love to see some of those games. Which one?
Rogue Trip. Did you ever play that on PlayStation?
I never played Rogue Trip, no.
It was another like car combat. I mean, Twisted Metal, obviously, but yeah, like Rogue Trip was another fun one.
Dang. Yeah, I mean, now it's about time we're getting into, not today, but like, this makes me think of going to a Wikipedia page of all the Activision games and going like, what else is out there? This is a good, foundation.
When we did like predictions and stuff before, we're talking about, what Activision games are they going to drop in Game Pass once the deal's done? And we weren't talking about any of this stuff.
We weren't talking about games from the 70s and 80s. No, we were not. But it's that, again, when I saw this happen, I was like, that's cool. But this will be their emulation station. This will be their emulation where they're just like, all these old games you can play and they can make it happen. It's just going to be so awesome.
Yeah.
Very happy about that.
I was just thinking like, and Bowsy, you're right to call out what bad news sandwich are we in for? Because there's history there. There's precedent for sure.
I'd love to do it.
But at the same time, when Mitch goes, and I think you're right to say it, there could be more to come. When was the last time we got to dream like this in Xbox land? Like,
but I'm afraid to do it, Sean.
I'm
know.
Scared. Well, then that's the connective
next
tissue
week.
To
Everybody's
Nintendo
fired.
land. Nintendo's land is very similar. If you're a Nintendo fan, like you want to dream, you want things, and then you get hurt over there too. So I get it, man. I get it.
It happens all over the place. But...
yeah, definitely.
Oh my goodness.
Very cool. Well, shout out. I want to know from people in the Discord and whatnot or in the comments below, like of those games, which ones are you trying out? The first one I was doing was Mech Warrior. Like I said, Mech Warrior 2. Yep. And also we didn't even talk about the Sierra games, you guys.
Police Quest.
Space Quest and all these things. It's a game, I think it was on the
Amiga version
those
of it. Right behind me
I'm sure
on 5 1/4 floppy.
Yes, sir. Yes. Oh, so good.
Sean can play those on his PC eventually.
I will get right back to it, man.
I have the PC right there. I just got to figure out a display for it and turn it on and see if it catches on fire.
Hilarious.
Avoid that, please. Thank you.
Yeah, well, shout out to Willie Beamish, The Adventures of Willie Beamish. I got that game for my birthday. It's a weird, what do they call it? Point and click adventure kind of games. I mean, as so many of those were. So shout out to Sierra. What was it called? Sierra Studios or something? Man, takes me back.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
This is scaring me. I just went to the Wikipedia for Activision games.
Yeah.
I just looked up 1980 to 1999 and I'm on Wikipedia and I'm scrolling and I'm scrolling and I'm scrolling
I'm telling you,
and I'm
man.
scrolling. They have a lot.
So
Granted, some of this is, the licensed stuff, Toy Story 2. You can't put that out. I get it.
Yeah.
Disney owns that. You can't put out the Tony Hawks. You can't put out, but like,
no Spider-Mans.
Right, but not the Fifth Element. Holy crap! But like, there's so many games on here that are like, again, easily could just get added to that. That's just so amazing, man. And yeah, give me that Xbox emulation. Just please throw it in there.
That's really what it is.
It really is. I can't wait.
Yep.
Nice.
Excellent.
Well done, Uncle Phil.
Good job, team.
Yep.
Yay, team.
Go us.
All right. Before we head out, let's invite some folks into the carpool with us.
Hooray.
First up, we have I Can't See, who says, in honor of the new Doom, what Xbox game crossovers would you like to see? For example, the official Xbox podcast recently revealed that Doomslayer would be returning to Tony Hawk 3.4. My ideal crossover would be Season of Doom in the Diablo series, which would bring weapons, guns, twin stick action, armor, enemies, and stuff to Diablo. It's kind of good Xbox crossovers we could do. For me, it's like there are some obvious ones like Gears and Doom.
Yeah,
Right.
That's so easy.
Yeah.
I mean, they have done. What's funny is like they have done some Halo skins in Gears. Like they've done that. Like some of the multiplayer skins are Halo skins from like Reach. Like they put those in Gears.
Can we play as Doom Guy in Call of Duty?
Nobody can in
As of right
Fortnite.
now. Isn't that weird?
You get in
Oh my
Fortnite.
God.
I have them.
Why is it not? Like,
Oh, that's something they could easily do. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
Call of Duty, they have Fallout characters. They
I
have
was say
the
you
power
have
armor and
skins
everything.
in that game. Like,
Yeah, you
can
definitely
play
do.
as some
They
random
could.
dude.
And then
Some
I
random
mean,
streamer guy.
You know, you
Yeah,
got Ninja
exactly.
Turtles instead.
yeah,
Yeah, or a streamer guy, exactly.
exactly. No, but they have like they could easily any of the first person shooters could cross over. I mean, they already did with Fallout and Call of Duty have already crossed over.
Yeah.
I've got one for you guys that's maybe a little different. We were talking about Forza before. I love Forza 5. They got the different radio stations. You should have a Doom radio station.
Oh, yeah. That is awesome.
Yeah.
I'd have that on all the time.
Yeah. You'd have all the different liveries, with your
But
different
yeah,
cars.
let's put all the car designs in there.
Yeah.
Let's just deck out. I'm sure someone's already done it.
Yeah.
Like some
Maybe
random user.
like those it looks like the Doom guy is sitting in the car, but it's just like the painting on the outside of the door kind of thing. Like that'd be
like especially like those like the big vans. You
Yeah.
have Doom guy sitting in the back seat.
Yeah. I mean, they've got the Warthog. They've got the Halo vehicles in there too.
They do.
So
Yep.
Forza might make more sense than people might first think. That'd be kind of
Lots of vehicles in different games. Yeah.
Yep.
Could you add the flying Doom dragon to Flight Sim, please?
Oh my God, that's a great
yeah.
answer.
Just fly around New York and you're like, ah!
Not New York.
Not New York,
Whoa,
sorry.
no,
Let's say
come
Phoenix.
Too soon.
Not New York.
Too soon.
No, come on. No, hey. I didn't say a certain area. Calm down.
I got you.
Yeah.
He meant
Jesus
upstate,
Christ.
clearly.
Upstate. Yeah, clearly.
Upstate
Rome.
New York. Yeah, Rome.
Rome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Rome, New York. That's what you meant.
There you go.
Buffalo.
Ryan Turford in the chat. Forza cross with Hellblade. Drive around in Viking country. Yeah. Take
Just
the
hit
locations.
ocean. Just hit ocean
Forza.
and trees.
Forza Horizon 5 in hell. Look, Doomslayer standing over there fighting demons.
Yeah.
What if demons from Doom cross over to Hellblade? All of a sudden, they're just like, all of a sudden, just like Imp just jumps through a portal. You're like, the hell is going on here?
Where Senua comes over to Doom and just destroys all the demons. Be like, this
That's true.
is easy. What's wrong with you,
That's true.
Doomslayer? Like, why did it take so long?
The crossover with Doomslayer, by the way, and Tony Hawk makes complete sense because
Yeah.
that's all Tony Hawk games. No. So this was a later in life Tony Hawk games thing. So what they did is any property that Activision was currently working on at the time,
yeah.
they just threw them in Tony Hawk. Darth Maul's in Tony Hawk. Wolverine's in Tony Hawk. Like they just took, if they had the license at that time, they were just like, F it, they're in Tony
Optimus
Hawk too.
Prime
Like,
is in Tony Hawk.
yeah, I think he was there. But like they do that all the time. So when I found out he was gonna be in the game, I'm like, yeah, checks out. That is completely doable. And he'll have some special move that is specifically Doom related, Hell related, something.
Yeah.
Like Darth Maul used to have pull out his lightsaber when he would do a special move in the game.
He
Like
splits
there's
into two and then goes back together.
yeah, and lives and
Yeah,
gets legs again.
I didn't know this. Gets legs again.
But no, like I said, there's like, I'm pretty sure Spider-Man was also in a Tony Hawk game. I'm almost certain Spider-Man was in a Tony Hawk game. I'm just imagining that.
That sounds great. That rules.
But yeah, like no, Activision is definitely known to do that with their Tony Hawk games. If they have the license, they're just like, you mind if we put them in
Nice.
Tony Hawk? And nobody was arguing about getting put in Tony Hawk, by the way. No one.
Pierce Brosnan in there,
Yeah,
from
maybe.
007 Legends. I don't know. Was that Activision? I have no idea.
Yes.
Speaking
Some
of
of those old-
Activision, I did not realize that Sierra was owned by Activision Blizzard now.
Neither did I. Like that.
And
was
that's
a
how
surprise to
there
me.
are some
Yeah,
of those
that's why it's
games in there.
Yeah,
that
those
especially-
games are great.
In 2014, they resurrected the Sierra brand as an indie publisher underneath the
Interesting.
Activision umbrella.
Oh,
They
shout
didn't
out
do a
to the
whole
6-1
lot.
Indie. Speaking of indie publishing,
Oh,
shout out
man.
to those guys. That is incredible. Holy
That was an
crap.
incredible show. If you haven't watched it, please go back and do so.
Nice.
Yes. All right,
So
next
yeah,
up.
Okay, good question.
Spider-Man was in there. Also, Gene Simmons was in the game.
Oh my god.
Iron Man was
He
in there.
everything.
Simmons.
Yeah,
He was in
Iron
everything.
Man was in there. Wolverine, Travis Barker, Spider-Man was in. I think it was Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2 or Tony Hawk 2. I thought.
Okay.
But yeah, like I said, they were just re-throwing
All
all
over the
those
place, huh?
all those licenses around. Absolutely.
Cool. All right, next up, Quaggy says, "It is I, the Quaggy, king of the Xenobabes. They delivered with Police Quest, but where is SWAT 3 and 4? More
It's coming.
people need to experience the genius of irrational games prior to their Bioshock greatness."
Seriously. Yep. Yeah, it's coming.
Who owns this stuff now? Is it coming? Is that coming at the showcase?
No
We need Judas at the showcase. We need Ken Levine to do that next.
for
us.
real. I forget
Yeah.
that's a game until a showcase happens, and I'm
on
like,
my
oh yeah,
fantasy
Yeah,
that's
then they
sweet.
talk about it, and they're like, "Oh yeah,
Ah, how's this
we
trailer
haven't
look?
heard-
Like
we haven't heard
Bioshock, but
anything.
not Bioshock? Great. You want to play it? Too effing bad.
Yep.
We're not going to let you play it.
Wait. Well,
Wait.
GTA's out of the way, so now they can do that. Please. Not that
Please.
that's irrational,
Right.
but you
Yeah.
guys understand.
I love it." All right, next up, Yawn32 said he was doing a quick StarCraft campaign during his
Yes.
lunch hour. What are your top games to play during the lunch hour? And I wrote back to him and I said, "You already know." And then he said,
Solitaire.
"Excluding Solitaire." And then I got sad. Why'd you do that to me, Yawn?
Damn. Had to
So I
stifle
guess
your
I'll
answer.
have to say Vampire Survivors.
Yeah.
Trick you. Nice half
Right
hour
now,
run.
right now it's Doom for me. I have to admit, like, I don't really play games at lunchtime. I don't really. I am
either.
jealous of people who do that, but I don't know. I should just take that time because I guess I look at it going like I only have an hour, and so I don't do
Right.
anything with it, and that's dumb. I should take the hour or the half hour, whatever it is, and like just do something, maybe play little games with it. But I don't really. It's not the. It's far from the first thing I'm thinking of when it's lunchtime is to go play a game. Unfortunately.
Yeah. So unfortunately, lunchtime for me is do errands and actually eat food.
Yeah, right.
That's unfortunately what I do. What I will tell you though is back in the day when my job had some lulls in it, you know, when I was like waiting for some work to happen, I used to do Trials HD a lot because that was a
Ooh,
very
good one.
quick, like, let me try this level. Oh, I died. Cool. Just restart it. No big deal. And I can do it in between my job. Like that was really good. That was really good. Also, like,
Get us another Trials game, please.
for real, please.
been a
That'd be
while.
great. The 100% Doom thing though is also really good on in
Doom's
between
good for
lunches
it
and
now.
stuff. Like,
Yep.
well, the 100% part of it, the extra stuff is, you know, again, easy difficulty. Crank the speed, crank the damage to demons, and it's super easy to do.
I didn't crank the speed at all. I know, Mitch, you did that.
I didn't.
That's
either.
probably what broke my game, if I have to be honest, because I had a ton of glitches. I did 150 speed, and I did 1,000% damage to the demons, which killed anything in one shot. Anything. But then I had to turn it down when I was actually trying to do the masteries because it was
Yeah.
killing them too fast.
Yep.
That was the problem I had. I actually had to turn it back down to like normal.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I'm usually getting a shower over lunchtime, so. Back when I worked in the office, I used to read a lot over lunch. I would take my Kindle,
That's what I should be doing. Yeah.
Yep. I
That's the
sat at
deal.
my desk and ate my lunch, but I would like turn away from the screens and face the other direction and have my Kindle and eat my lunch.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's a
So-
really good idea. Yeah.
Do that.
I
Now,
will do that.
Jan also submitted a bonus question, and I don't think you guys are going to like this, but we're doing it anyways. FMK, Master Chief,
God.
Doom Guy, and Forza Horizon car.
I am not doing anything with a car. I'm sorry.
Oh, what? I thought that was the obvious F. Isn't it? The car?
I am not doing anything.
I don't think you guys
have
have seen a sexy enough car then.
Got it. Cool. Buenos comms. I'm not doing anything. You guys can do whatever you want. No judgment from me. I just personally, I can't. I'm sorry. So
You see those 69 Corvette Stingrays?
Jesus.
Oh,
You know, just
you asked for this, Mitch.
over a human? That's true. No. I asked for it jokingly. I didn't ask for it to actually happen.
Over a human is
also, I
wild.
just want to point out something. I didn't put in inanimate objects. I put in like Gears locust enemies, which some can get it. I'm just saying.
man, VW vans need loving too, Mitch. Don't you?
You are
you
right,
judge.
Sean, and you enjoy that and
I
have
might.
that on the internet.
I'm thinking more of like you marry a good, reliable Forza Horizon car
I think so too.
because you
Yep.
got to have a car anyways in this world. So like,
Yep. Nice Toyota.
you might as well be married to it, right?
Yeah.
good, dependable vehicle, a Corolla, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
give me that Corolla.
Yeah. Give
Give me a solid Honda Civic, get 200,000 miles out of that. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. See, you're coming at this all the wrong way. You got your heads in the gutter.
That's true.
Thinking
That's very
practical.
true.
Yeah. Marry
true.
the car for sure. I think that's an.
Yeah, I think
you're
I'm
right
marrying
about
the
that.
car. I think
I think I'm with you.
I think Doom Guy's F. I think I'll knock off Master Chief.
Oh, see, I was thinking. In reality, I'm thinking F Master Chief, and I'll be his. I can't believe I say this. I'll be his dirty little AI.
You're the weapon.
I will sit muted.
On popcorn. Where did you get popcorn from?
Family's home, and they
They
brought
came
the
back from the
required
movies. I
movie
got
theater.
popcorn.
Yeah.
That rules. Oh my god. Look at that. Look how huge that look at that thing. There's a huge bucket of popcorn.
Ooh, they did you a solid.
Oh, that is
love it.
I told them if they didn't bring me popcorn, they didn't come home.
Yes. Oh no, Sean's mad about a hockey game.
No, the Oilers scored again, 2-0. That was a great shot.
Oh, he's happy. Okay.
Man.
All right, Mitch. What's your FMK? Like, what? I
can
think
smell
you.
that
I think you're killing
popcorn.
off the car because you don't think practically. So,
Yeah,
Correct.
that's a bad
what
move.
about the other two? Which one you marrying?
Master Chief, he has less anger issues.
Yeah.
I'd rather F
You're
Doom
killing
Slayer
him
and get him
off?
out of the way.
No, he's
No, I'm
marrying
going the
him.
car.
Oh, you're I'm sorry, I'm
marrying
sorry.
Master Chief.
Okay.
He's loyal. You know what I mean? He's
Yep.
a good human. Doomslayer's just angry as hell and wants to shoot everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's your anger F. You get out of the way real fast. You're like, all right, cool.
Yep.
I awesome job.
You got
I'm
to
out
see
of here.
what's behind that, but that's probably all. You only
Yeah.
want to see it once, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, Master Chief has feelings. Doomslayer doesn't. His
I
feelings
feel
are
like
death.
for me, I didn't really get to specify it, but that leaves me killing the Doomslayer, and that kind of makes me kind of a badass, you guys.
I mean,
Like being able to kill of all three, I think he's the toughest one.
okay.
To kill? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't
Yes,
know. He
of
died
course.
a bunch in Mitch's control.
Thanks. Thanks for bringing that up.
Damn.
Oh,
I'm so
love
jealous
it.
of that popcorn.
Very
Oh my
good, Jan.
gosh.
This is so good.
Yep.
Jan, you need to put in the chat since you're here what your ordering is. So everyone else
Do it.
so. Put it in the
Yep.
comments below.
Comments below,
FMK,
engagement.
That's so
Master
weird.
Chief, Doom Guy, and
It's
Forza
so
Horizon car.
weird.
So
Thank you for getting
Next.
that on the show. Appreciate you.
next up, Croco Kyle comes in, says, now that we're nearly halfway into 2025, what's your favorite game you've played so far this year on Game
Ooh.
Pass? And why is this
On
the best
Game Pass?
year Game Pass has had already? I agree, this is the best year of Game Pass.
Yep.
And there's still so much more to come. I'm so excited for the year.
I mean,
I can say mine, it's Doom. I mean,
oh,
it's
that's a
Doom
good
for
answer.
me.
Yep.
That's mine. I was gonna say if you asked what the best game of the year I've played, as soon as you said Game Pass, I'm like, oh, never mind, because my favorite game of the year is not on Game Pass. But yeah, Doom is the answer so far. Trying to think of what else been on Game Pass. I know like South
Player of
America
the
and all
Year.
these things happen. I didn't play it though, so that's
Yeah.
the one I think you two are probably gonna say, which is
100%.
totally fair.
Yeah.
But for me, it's Doom so far.
Definitely.
You think I'm going to say that?
No, you're gonna say crime scene cleaner.
You're gonna say,
Crime
yeah.
Scene Cleaner, baby.
I was about to say, I
Yeah.
was either that or the other one, right?
I listen.
Please stand by and wait till a couple weeks from now and we know if Spray Paint Simulator can dethrone Crime Scene Cleaner.
Mm-hmm. We recorded a GUIs, like a mid-year GUIs at CPG days. I don't remember
Yeah.
when we're launching that onto a feed of some sort, but I think we're gonna let people
That
listen
we
to
didn't
that as
already?
well. I don't know.
Whoops.
Did we do it? I don't know.
Maybe.
We should probably look into that. But we recorded it before I was really into Clair Obscur. So I think I said a different answer when we recorded it. So Things are fluid, man. Things are changing. It's a crazy year, 2025.
So, I'm looking at the things I think I talked about that day. As for Game Pass, it's South of Midnight, Crime Scene Cleaner, Blueprints, Indiana Jones, because I think I was still playing it this year. When did it come out?
Technically, I played it this year. Yeah, I played it late last year because it came out in December, and I didn't beat it until the beginning of the year. But yeah,
and I wasn't into it right away, so I think I played it a little bit later.
Would you say is that your game of the year so far? Not, even not including Game Pass, would you say that is still
Claire Obscure? Me?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, I think it's gonna be.
It's making a very strong case.
I think it's gonna be tough to top, honestly. But we'll see. Who knows?
The story was very impactful, and it was a beautiful game.
Yeah, and I'm seeing, you click on one video, and all of a sudden your YouTube feed is all of it. Like I'm seeing a couple of creators really dive into details that I was missing. Like they're kind of like the nerdy RPG side of things, like the different builds you can do and all the different abilities and crazy hit damage that you can do. Like it's really like there's a level to it that I didn't even get to appreciate through my run through with it. So I love it. Love that game.
Yep. And a surprise hit.
Definitely. Yeah, aside from
you tell me a turn-based RPG, and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah,
nope,
100%.
Pass. And Game Pass made me try it. Right.
Shout out to Game Pass. Yep.
Shout outs to
Find
Game
your
Pass.
new favorite game. They used to have that as like a tagline or whatever.
I can't wait till they do at the end of the year. They always do the Metacritic review overall of all Game Pass games, and if this year isn't the best one, I'll be extremely shocked.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
That's just
not having
banger
an
after banger game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Croco Kyle also says, love and appreciate y'all. Have a restful Memorial Day weekend.
I got popcorn. I'm good, dog. I
Mitch
appreciate
is
you.
good with his giant bucket of popcorn.
I'm gonna eat this thing all night.
I feel like somebody here is making popcorn upstairs. Like I feel like I can smell popcorn.
That's the movie theater effect. That's the movie theater. Exactly. Like here you go.
I could smell it just looking at the picture. Yeah.
That's good.
Got How to Train Your Dragon on the outside of it. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Like, there you go. Also, shout out to movies because we were talking about movies all day long. You guys might as well have got movie theater popcorn.
It's very fitting for this to happen this way.
Yep.
For sure.
That is all from the community questions this week.
Can I shout out one thing that has not been talked about? Or, again, another shadow drop that I'm like, excuse me, how does this happen? I'll find it. It's right here.
Take your time.
No, I have it pulled up. How the hell did this just happen?
10 years of Witcher 3.
Witcher 3 controllers.
Not like, oh, hey, win this. By the way,
we can buy
that Elite controller is infinitely better than the Doom one. I'm sorry. That is such a beautiful controller. And then they basically did the same design except for without the paddles and all that stuff for the regular controller. But dude, that is a sick controller. And what's weird is because I went to look at the dynamic backgrounds the other day because the Doom one got added. So I swapped it. And there was a Witcher one there. And I'm like, huh. I don't really associate this game specifically with Xbox, but okay. Cool.
Yeah, CD Projekt Red, they've been pretty close with Xbox over the years.
Cyberpunk Xbox
console.
One.
Yeah.
This is true.
And of course, Cyberpunk is going to come to Game Pass eventually here.
Yeah.
As I have prophesized for years at this point.
It might now because I bought the game, so.
Exactly.
That's true. But no, I just want to shout out Xbox for making this awesome controller. Again, I don't get how they just randomly came out with news on a Tuesday, a Wednesday, a Thursday, and they were just like, by the way, here's some cool stuff.
I know, that controller's... I need to play The Witcher 3.
It is sick. It is such a sick controller. And I'm like, oh, man.
I'm so afraid for the news next week.
I thought I was done with this.
We'll just stay off the internet all week.
Yeah. It's okay.
It's going to be good.
Oh, I see OldMrFrump has already done so, but don't forget to A, complete, and B, take a screenshot of your 8-packs of Game Pass games that you played for the month of May. You have a week and a day left to finish your 8-pack, so make sure you do it.
I played Doom.
Where's my 8-pack at?
Well, I haven't completed mine yet. Because I'm not trying to just complete it just to complete it. I'm just letting it happen naturally, so to speak. So it's just.
Oh, I've got 7. I got 7 out of 8.
Wow, you're ahead of me. I only have 6.
My son is into Minecraft these days, and he mostly plays on his Switch, which doesn't impact this at all. But every once in a while, he'll want to fire it up on on PC. We were looking at some mods recently, and he's got a Pikmin mod on it, which is really neat, and he's loving that. And also, we're going to be sending in a letter to what he calls the Microsoft company, because he would like somebody to make more Pikmin mods over there. So he's looked up
That
where
is
to
the
mail
cutest
it.
thing I've ever heard.
It's so sweet, but also I had to explain to him today that our postal service is now on strike. Because the workers,
So you
so we
could write
can't even mail it.
strongly worded email. You could help him with that.
We're gonna do it. Well, he got anyway. It's a whole other story. We'll save it for another time. I am at 7 out of 8 Game Pass 8-pack games. The reason I bring up Minecraft is because for us it brings up 2. There's a launcher which counts as 1, and I guess this is maybe just passing along. If you guys are suffering and struggling to get to 8, fire up Minecraft.
Yeah,
and the launcher on PC, and there's a couple.
That's actually a good reminder because I wanted to install Minecraft on my new PC and
There you go.
get some of the texture packs and stuff.
The
'Cause that game
RTX
looks
mod.
Yeah, it looks good.
bonkers on
The
this.
RTX mod on Minecraft. Yeah.
Yep.
That it's weird that
That's
you'd be
on
like,
the
oh, let me
weekend.
show Minecraft off to show my graphics card. No, it looks awesome. The ray
Pretty
tracing
good.
and the lighting is so good.
Yep.
Pretty good.
So looking forward to that.
Yeah, so 3 out of the 7. Well, I've got Claire Obscure Expedition 33, then Solitaire, then Doom, The Dark Ages, then Gears, then Minecraft, then Retro Classics.
Nice.
So,
apparently I
shout
didn't
out.
play Retro Classics for 15 minutes because it's not on my 8-pack.
Well, a couple more
I
minutes.
fired it up. I got to get
Couple
back into
more
that
minutes.
Venetian blinds. Thrilling gameplay.
Very cool. Well, Bowser, did we do the dang thing?
We did it.
We
Let's get
completed
outta
an
here.
entire episode. Episode 388 of the Xbox Drive is coming to an end. Before we go ahead and thank everybody who makes it possible, patreon.com/carpoolgaming, just like you can. Mitch, just because you shoved your whole entire face full of popcorn, would you like to tell the people where they can find you on the internet, my friend?
Sure, you can find me here at Mitch Power 1116. On my YouTube shortly, in a couple of days, I'll have my entire walkthrough and playthrough of Doom: The Dark Ages. You can watch it in 1440p glory and super duper HD good quality, which is why it's
Super
taking me
duper.
so long. Super duper good quality.
Nice.
40 gig video files. Yeah,
Damn.
ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah. So, yeah, when that gets done rendering, I'll put that on YouTube. But otherwise, it'll be back to normal stuff this week. So, Apex, COD, probably Fortnite. I want to get that Fortnite Battle Pass done too because Star Wars is
Hit me
awesome.
up.
General Grievous is there. Yeah, Darth Jar Jar
There's a
Binks, which is
jetpack now.
nuts. Excuse me.
There's a jetpack now.
Cool. I'm playing Fortnite. Twitch.tv/MitchPower1116. Go do that.
There you go.
Nice.
Got him.
Bowser, the one without popcorn.
You
Where can
could
people
probably
find you?
find me on Mitch's stream playing Fortnite with him, flying around with a
Nice.
jetpack. Other than that, find me on Xbox at Bowser13 and on Blue Sky, same name, and then in Discord. That's where I'm at most of the time. So
Very nice.
I like to hide
And,
out in there.
A shout out to Mitch. Mitch, your stream is excellent, I gotta say. It's very entertaining. You use those channel points real good. It's real
Yeah.
fun. And you're
Very
consistent.
interactive.
You know, I don't think we celebrate that enough. So shout out to Mitch for his stream. You're not going to
buddy.
be able to respond to that at all. Keep eating that popcorn, my friend. Don't forget to follow Fee, who is peacefully resting this evening, and we wish her well. Zeranix on Discord and a whole bunch of other places, including Twitch. As for me,
I miss you, Fee.
Blue Sky CPG Sean, I'm in the Discord as well as streaming all the time at twitch.tv/carpoolgaming live, and we're having a ton of fun over there. Our stream isn't too bad ourselves. And while we're just kind of plugging a couple things here, you guys, Summer Game Fest, we've talked about it a few times here. We've dripped, we've dropped, we've talked a little bit about it here and there. We got an entire weekend coming up to you. We'll talk about it more in clarity next week and in the Discord and on the Blue Skies and everything, but just pencil in your calendars. Just know
Block
it's coming,
off
Bowser.
June 5th through the 9th, I think.
Basically.
Because you're going to be right here watching us.
We
do
got
something.
a Switch 2 coming. We got the Keeleys
All of us got
coming.
Switch 2s coming.
Mhm.
Yep.
We got a shadow drop for The Outer Worlds 2 surely coming.
Oh, man, if it
Can
did,
you imagine?
I need to, book off the next day.
What if they do it? What if they do the shadow drop?
they
Do the
did
thing.
it?
Do it, Uncle Phil.
I dare you, Uncle Phil.
He won't.
Dare. You won't. You won't.
You won't.
He won't. Oh,
Chicken.
man. Yes, so do all of the things. Guys, book off work. You still have time. Go talk to your boss. Take the day off. Take the days off. Summer Game Fest. It's worth it. E3 lives on in sort of like weird kind of way, and we're gonna hold on to it. We're gonna celebrate games we will be marketed to purposefully. We're gonna sit in front of our screens.
I would love marketing.
Yes, we adore it. And I also think it's fair to tease a Summer Game Fest themed episode next week on the Xbox Drive. So stay tuned for that. Get your predictions ready. Okay?
Yes. Start thinking about it, because that's going to be the call out next week. I want your Summer Game Fest predictions, particularly of the Xbox variety, but we'll take anything.
That's right. Get your push pins, get your Charlie Day meme going, all the yarn and the pictures and everything, your bulletin boards. Keep it going. It's exciting. It's probably one of the most exciting times of the year. I love it. E3, Summer Game Fest, Achilles, it's great. Okay, this would not be possible. None of this would be possible, especially all the extra stuff happening on patreon.com/carpoolgaming if it wasn't for everybody who supports us over there, especially those ultimate producers, including Jonathan Brown. He does the music for this show, and it's amazing. And he does a whole bunch of other music, which you should just listen to while you work. Go to linktree/pme.jib. You can search PME on Apple Music and Spotify. Do the dang thing. Rebecca Ruben-Navarro, thank you so much for being an ultimate producer. And TechMike, who says whether you are Kevesi or Agnian, you are a Xenobabe at heart. Thank you to our platinum producers, Angel Patton, Peje EP, The Captain, and Uncle Tim Paullin. Thank you to our gold members, Adam K, Anna, Awesome Dave, 1337, Brad Moore, Brian Reese, Cecily Carrozza, Dan and Luma, Dannohh, Emily O'Kelly, Jan32, Laura, Ligerwoods 330, Mr. Giggles, OldMrFrump, Patrice Mallette, Stephen Keller, and the Tony Baker. Go Edmonton Oilers. Thank you all so much for listening. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting and leaving comments and being wonderful to all. The end of the episode is here. 388, just like Eric Lindros. We'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks so much for tuning into this episode of the Xbox Drive. Now, before you drive off, be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and follow Carpool Gaming on socials. Don't forget that we've got some awesome Xbox Drive merch on carpoolgaming.com, and you can also support the show on Patreon at patreon.com/carpoolgaming for exclusive content. Links to everything are in the description. We'll see you next week.